What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lifestyle Podcast. I am your host, Sonic.
And I'm your co-host, Snuff.
And we have a special guest, Mr. Eddie Probes. Say what's up to the world, my man.
Hello, everyone.
So pretty much, we got a lot of feedback on the last episodes of the origin stories, better said. So we figured, why not talk to one of the old schoolers, like me, and ask him a few questions on your origin story and what made you pick the car that you picked, and just about everything else. He even brought a photo book, a photo album to just help him even remember.
Yeah, I figure I'd, go back in time and check out the earlier pictures. So I would say I got the car back in 2001. Because, I have pictures here from being at the body shop in February 2002.
Mean-ass photos.
Once it was all completed, that's where I met Sonic in 2003 at a Boardwalk Auto Meet.
Boardwalk Auto Beats car show. That show was goddamn beautiful. Snuff, man, if you would have been out there, woo!
Lost my mind?
Yeah.
Running around with a heart on.
Well, it's like we were talking about before. When we met each other, we were in the beach. If I'm not mistaken, we're actually by Caesars.
How romantic!
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. It was before you. So don't worry about it.
Kind of like HIN, but at the beach.
But at the beach, yeah. And they had us literally go up the ramp to the boardwalk.
Yes.
And they literally closed off the boardwalk for our cars.
It was a Saturday or Sunday event.
I would love to see somebody do that now.
It was beautiful. It sucked because the wind was blowing all the sand into all our damn cars. Yes. Do you remember that?
Sand for months after that, and then the cars.
So it's like similar to Dubs on the Boardwalk, but with...
Just about. But back then, AC was very anal on having like cars on the boardwalk and the whole 9 yards. How this old man, you remember, it was an old man that actually thought of the show, and he must have had some iron brass in Atlantic City because...
Oh, he had pull.
Yeah, no, he had pull. He had a stupid amount of pull.
The Atlantic City Police Department scored us off at night to do it.
Yeah, dude. You know what that is? And not like a little, everybody go around the block and, everybody go park again. No, we went, we cruised up and down Atlantic City. There was even no potholes back then. So it was smooth pavement. It was beautiful.
I'm talking back in 03.
Ideal for the suspension.
Yeah, no, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And I even remember talking to the cop, like, can I put all my lights on? And he was like, yeah, man, you're fine. Don't worry. I was like, all right, light this bitch up like a Christmas tree. Strobe lights, the whole 9 yards, right behind police cars.
Kids must have been standing out watching that line.
Oh, no, it was awesome because back then, Atlantic City was packed. So everybody was either leaving the casinos or going back to their cars or their hotels, and everybody just stopped and started taking pictures. And I go like this because it was an actual camera.
He's making the gesture with his
The
finger.
gesture with the hand was an actual camera. There was no smartphones.
Flip phones, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those were the years of the StarTech and Motorola's.
Yeah, man. Beautiful days. I miss those days.
I've watched people use those with brake pads and they don't die.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I swear to God. But that show, that old man created it, and they even brought out the sound off competition. Do you remember that? And we actually, he took home first, and I took home second in the sound off competition.
There was SQL and
an SQL and an SPL, and they gave us medals to wear along with trophies. The whole thing. Dude, I remember that show.
That sounds cool.
It was gorgeous.
Do you think they can pull it off again?
I don't see why not. To be honest, just because H2OI is in the showboat now, and they kind of take their lot and they take it inside the actual hotel, like on the floor where the casinos used to be.
You walk in, you get that giant glass piece above you with all the colors.
Yeah.
You walk towards the back, and if you look to your left on the carpet, that's where they usually hold it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going based off pure what I've seen on Instagram.
Yeah, no, and you're not wrong. When we went back a few years and covered it and did a video on it, it was just like that. Literally, just like that. I would assume it's maybe a little bit easier.
How do you get in? Where do you drive? You're not driving through the front, right?
That's an awesome question. I don't even know where the hell those cars roll in through. To be honest, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure there has to be some type of loading dock or something on the side that lets you
drive up and
physically get a car inside.
But to orchestrate that must take a bunch of logistical. It must be a logistical nightmare.
Between that and nightmare and money and money.
And money.
And that because this old man, he pulled it out of his ass. 2 days. It wasn't just a simple 1 day show, a few hours and go. No. 2 days. I just don't remember. Was it the first day the actual car show, and then the second day was like the sound off competition, the cruising
Like that, yes.
with the neon lights and all this and that? And like I said, is to have cops. They stop traffic, one in the front, one in the back.
Presidential escort.
Yeah. We're just cruising. We went around completely around all the main casinos on the strip, and we'll come back to the damn parking
All right,
spot.
I'm not taking shots at anybody. Was there any stock cars?
Hell no, not back, bro. Back then, I mean, we've talked about it in multiple episodes. Back then, you were in there built, like you were ready to kill, that type of shit.
Full body kit, wheels, suspension.
He even said it, body kits.
Yeah,
This is the terms that you don't even hear anymore.
Hold on. Well, all right. I've always had a question for you, and I haven't had the balls to ask you quite, but I'm glad I got you now. What the fuck made you mold the entire thing? What made you say, I hate myself enough to mold this entire fucking body all the way around? I mean, it's beautiful. Nobody can knock it at all. It's beautiful, but I need to know where the balls came from.
Just an idea that came up at the body shop, and we're like, you know what, let's do it and make the car more streamlined, less lines, and yeah, I love the way it looks. 20
Everybody
years
loves
later.
the way it looks. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's basically a fucking icon.
Now, let me ask you: have you had any nightmares? And have you regretted the day you molded everything on, or not yet?
Not necessarily, because I don't drive the car as much, but
And we'll recap all our other topics
but
because
as
he
far
just said
as
a good one.
Just recently, I had to put new LEDs, light bulbs on the front turn signals, and yeah, like it was a tight squeeze. Luckily, I was able to get.
And that is just for turning
Yes.
signals. So, while not crazy headaches, you do get that. Why the fuck did I ever do this? You do get that moment.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as having a major headache, no, because luckily that car hasn't been hit or anything. But yeah, if I ever do have to replace the front bumper or the rear, it would have to be pretty much a whole cutting the bumper off, putting on a new one.
And you have to, and remembering where the hell your body line is.
Yes.
Told you.
Damn.
Told you. So while it's gorgeous on paper, to bring it into actual reality is a different thing. And he brought up an awesome point. I even called it out before.
No, I get it. At that point, you're
He
getting
used to drive it. See, let my man over here explain it. What happens when you mod the car to such a level?
You just get to a point where you become like insane. You leave it at a movie theater, and you have to pay the security guard like $20 just to look at the car, and then if you can't go grocery shopping if you have a system, and there's no room for groceries. Then you get to a point where unfortunately the car is not practical anymore unless you go to car shows and events and meets, and so that's when you start
Like I said,
looking at an alternative option.
I've said it a million
have
times.
Less headaches, less paranoia of the car being hit by a shopping cart.
Yeah.
Another person opening the door,
swinging the door open
Yes.
carelessly.
Yeah, like I said, and we've talked about it a million times already. All past other 7 damn episodes already of the podcast. It gets to a point that you're like, dude, way too much time, way too much effort, way too much money. God forbid if I have to change something or replace something or fix something. No.
Not even getting into custom paint because you can't blend custom paint. So
That's another thing too.
There, you got me reevaluate. Light the car on fire before it gets fucked up. Got it.
And like I said, with the ideas that you want to do on the Z, it's all working. But I was the first one. He brought it up. He was like, yo, I want to do like crazy shit like you did and like Eddie molding it. I was like, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know what I'm telling you. There's a million things we can do to make the car look good. Just do not start molding
Not
body lines
that.
together. You think you complain about your bumper now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Mold everything on. Okay. I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story.
Oh my goodness. All right, no. You got me backpedaling for once in my life.
Like I said,
Maybe I
the
won't-
other tweaks that you want to do, yes, 100%, which obviously I'm not going to talk about now because
Don't give away the rest.
surprise, But just the whole one line thing, no, don't. You'll thank us later for it.
Okay. So, Eddie, what'd you have before this?
before the probe, I actually had a '87 Celica, which I had a misfit. What would you say it?
What?
Uh,
A little mishap?
mishap. And then because of that mishap, here it is. I got a 97 Ford Probe GT.
Now, did you get the Probe new or was it like pre-owned
No,
already?
it was pre-owned.
It was pre-owned already.
Pre-owned. I got it in, I would say, 2001. It's a 97, so it was low miles. It still has low miles.
All right, now this is another one. What's the mileage on her now?
Just under 57,000.
All right, I got
You
it.
know how much Blue has? Blue hit back in 2019. 42,500.
Nice.
And she's an 02.
God damn.
Nice. So yeah, knock on wood. I've been blessed to have a good career. And,
So you're saying I should start on another Z is what I'm hearing.
Or sell drugs, whatever.
if you want to go crazy and mold your front and rear bumpers and be low to the ground, then yeah, why not get another car?
Okay.
It would save you a lot of white hairs.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm
headaches.
going bald already.
So, I mean, this is why you have the Project Audi.
It's sitting over there.
Yeah, I know.
Primer, Bondo, the whole nine.
You know, which granted, I know it's going to get
Done, but
semi-done
not
and look
done.
good, but not crazy done, like, obviously the Z or whatever. And that's a good thing. Because even now, the rest of your cars too, they're all modded to some degree or
Yes.
some level. You just don't stop. So it's one of those things.
Also, Eddie's being very modest. He hasn't thrown out the other cars that he owned yet. But
Yeah, there's
I'd
quite a
like-
few. You guys are going to love this one.
I'd like for him to talk about the one car with a bunch of power.
Not as much as Sonic here, but yeah. Again, I've been blessed to have it, but I also have a 91 Eagle Talon TSI.
Now, yeah, guys, Google it real quick because the car's a legend from literally back in the day type deal.
No, that's a JDM legend. That counts.
Yeah, it's
No, it's legitimately a legend, but it's a legend that's under the radar here.
also known as in the world as a 1G DSM.
There you go.
So
But just break it down.
also with flip-up headlights.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, how can you go wrong?
Style. I don't care.
Yeah, never will.
What brand, gen, whatever. Flip up, cool. Done deal.
So break it down. What's everything you have officially done to it?
Oh, we're gonna crack open Pandora's box, huh? All right. Well, pretty much Shup Trans. If people are familiar with who John Shepard is, it's probably a 7-second 1G DSM.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Fuck, man.
I wasn't even expecting that right now.
Pretty much the opposite of the Probe. It's the body's all original, but everything else is modified.
Made to go.
Transmission, suspension.
So just pretty much, she's made to go straight, pretty much.
But now, yeah, soon, definitely this year we'll be back on the road, so you guys will see more of that coming.
I'm excited for that. Team C4 Racing.
Yes.
That has a nice ring to it.
It really does.
It
We can
does.
bet on him and make money for car parts.
Duh.
Potentially having the idea of making it an official road course.
No, really? Okay. So that's
Not
the.
quarter mile, like road course.
Oh wow.
Like time
Okay.
attack.
Yes.
The time attacks. Okay,
Okay.
that's pretty mean.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's gonna be. And how long has it been since you've touched it?
7 years. Just about 7 years. 'Cause, yeah, got a house. I bought a house back in 2013, and then pretty much when I left the team, because I met Sonic back in 03, and then life happened. I got a career, got married, life happened, and here I am back in
the car game,
Yes.
man. I swear to God, it's a drug that never leaves.
And I'm glad the car still catches attention. So it's
That's insane. That's insane. I can't wait to see that damn.
old faces, meet up with new people.
When he says old faces, he's talking about
He's pretty much me because I'm like the
Yeah,
last one.
old.
I'm the last one left.
dirt old.
Pretty much.
And it's
But-
nice to see the team, grow into not just a team but a family.
Yeah. I
That-
gotta say that.
Like I said, it's been 20 years of gray hairs, and officially 20 years of adventures.
Yes.
But if I were to go back, honest to God, I would do it all over again, 10 more times.
Wouldn't change a thing.
No, I wouldn't change anything. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything else in between.
Learn from everything.
And to the point right now, I swear to you, I would go back and do it 10 more times.
You'd even take back some of the knuckleheads that you knew weren't going to be much.
Yeah, same deal. Same
If you
deal.
knew you were going to have this headache with me, you would have took me anyway.
I mean, I'm ready to sell you to eBay. It's fine.
They got $40 on eBay. Somebody got $40. They got change in their couch.
Free shipping, buy now.
Yeah, there you go.
So, in terms of, because you got back into the car scene pretty much,
2019, 3 years ago.
okay, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask him because you're gonna have fun with this now. We were in the era that I've always been like talking about. Hot Import Nights, Tuner Revolution, all these damn shows that were insane, balls to the walls type deal. What do you think now of the car scene? Major change, a little change? What do you think? What's your take on it?
It's definitely changed, I guess with everything that's been happening. But yeah, it would be nice to have the old school shows back on.
I mean, at this point, I'm sick of seeing cars with just rims and a wrap, and they call it a show car.
That's always going to be the argument. Because
I mean, you got
then...
airbags, you've passed that limit. Congratulations. Now I respect it.
But it goes back to the same thing. Me and Ed over here, come from a very old school way. You weren't going into a car show, primered. That didn't exist.
So what do the Nardo Gray guys do? What do they do now?
Exactly. There we go. There we go. Setting it up already, guys. Setting it up already. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things. We would go to the shows and they would Hot Import Nights. They would check us before even rolling in to make sure we were still the same car that we uploaded the picture to on their damn website.
Yeah, but they would match your description on their website to the day you pulled into the car show. Yes.
So whatever you like highlighted in your list of typing up your mods or whatever, and obviously you're gonna type up what's like the coolest mod you have or the most like impactful that this is it to get me in.
You.
They'll go straight to that, but they'll have like the printout.
Checklist, pretty much.
A little folder with your name in it.
How many times did we not see cars that they'll tell us, "Yo, guys, back up. No, you go park outside."
Denied.
Rejected.
Pretty much.
Stamp.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I'm not exaggerating. It
No,
was.
That's how it would be. I drove from Jersey to, let's call it Virginia.
Right.
On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd be a 19.
I don't blame you, but at the end of the day,
you shouldn't have lied in the first place.
you shouldn't have lied in the first place. It's false advertisement. But that's the caliber that they would actually put you in with your paper. And like really, oh, you have what? You have oh, really? Where is it? Where's it? Oh, okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. You can still come into the show. Just do me a favor, park it right there. Park it right outside. Then your ass wouldn't be getting in.
Oh my goodness.
And they'll give you your money back in cash.
Here's a wristband. Go look at it.
Yeah. Like I said, I've said it a million times. And, going back a little bit more, we're always going to get into that argument, that topic of argument. Tints and wheels and a drop in. That's it, I'm done. This is a show car. Maybe the era now has become semi that.
For purists that reach back on their 90s BMWs, that's it for the build.
Yeah, but you can't even throw purists into this even topic because they're just a different breed completely.
Well, when you see that clean E30 at a show, it's going to win awards. Although everything on it is fucking stock, even the steering wheel.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. Those cars are already into like the Legends category.
It also depends what kind of car show we're talking about.
And it also depends on the event because you're not going to put a fully restored E30 in Hot Import Nights. They're not going to accept that. They don't give a hell what type of rotisserie rebuild you did on that thing.
It's an awesome looking car, but it just belongs in a different show.
Yeah, it's a different event. So you got to remember, you got to put your car in the event you think it belongs. And when I say the think, that has a humongous asterisk on it because you do happen to get into the topic with people that think their car can be in event A, but really their car can fit better in event B or C.
Meaning the parking lot.
You're such an ass. But you know what I mean? That's what happens.
So yeah, go park over there next to the garbage can.
That's why it's hilarious now because it's been, I've seen the scene 20 years straight. So I've seen the up, the down,
rises and declines.
The rise and the declines and the like. Do you remember the spinners?
Yes.
And we were talking about that in a few episodes back.
Ooh, the Humber guy. Saw him at Starbucks. I gave him a card.
Did you really?
Yep.
I'll laugh if he actually signs up.
He might.
I'll laugh my ass off. But it's one of those things. Even now when we were talking about, when Street Glow came out, we had the LED glows.
Changing out bulbs every other week because you're smacking them.
Not even that, but that was when you had to upgrade because there's just no gas left on the neon tube.
Either the neon tube goes out, the transformer. You're looking at $400 or $500 just to replace one part.
Slam your trunk and that's it. The whole thing.
You're better off getting a brand new kit. That's LEDs. It's more affordable in that aspect.
Hold on, I want to reach on something.
What?
Eddie's trunk. Let's touch that.
What part about it?
The whole motherfucking loud setup where it rattles your chest. I want to know how, why, what made you get to that point where you say, you know what? I want this to hurt a little bit.
I want it to hurt.
Oh, going back on that also, I had on previous setup, I had also 412s on a carpeted box that was decent, but it just wasn't.
We all started with the
a
box,
show,
with the fabric.
So yeah, the shop that I went to, cartricks.com in Newark, I just spoke to the guys there. I wanted something different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, clean out that trunk and we'll get to it. And yeah.
And question: Are these guys even still around?
Yes.
No kidding, really. Cartrix is still around.
Yeah, still.
Insane.
Well, now I know.
Insane.
If the fabricator can't help me out, I know where to go.
And then pretty much the setup was built for show purposes. It was all Cadence, which it's a awesome sound system. Cadence interior speakers, Cadence subs, Cadence amps, and then when I entered the first SPL, which is Sound Pressure League, or the SQL, which is for sound quality.
Yeah, there's two different audio.
And you blew you out the water on both
levels.
Yeah. A truck, nonetheless.
It's a different setup because mine's a hatch. So
yeah, they kept. I mean, in a different audio competition, we would have been set in different classes.
Do hatches have better chances of blowing out trucks?
Well, no, but it's a smaller
compressed air.
Yeah.
I got to
acoustics.
Figure out the recipe on that because I have a hatch. The Z is
yes.
technically a hatch.
Technically, you can have the same acoustics as him because of the shape of the hatch coming down. Which I have 3 subs and they're bouncing off my actual trunk hatch
lid.
And the trunk lid. Which what happens is I have more room, which means more air. So while I still have good bass, his bass stays a little bit tighter when mine's getting loose. If that makes any sense.
I knew you were loose.
I mean,
shot time.
It happens. What was that? Shot 10 by now, guys? But no, in theory, you can do that to your Z, just because of the same, style build on the car itself, trunk hatch wise.
And yeah, I mean reaching, and if you don't want to say it on live, you don't have to. What did that setup cost you?
Well, it was probably one of the most expensive parts of the car. We're not gonna put an actual dollar amount, but it was close to the amount of the whole car that I paid for.
All right, so light the Z on fire. Got it.
You gotta remember one thing. Did you bring the speakers, or did they supply it along with the build?
No, it was separate. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, but again, you get to a part where you want something unique. You need it.
But also, a testament of time. Because you can look at it how it was, and go look at it how it is now.
No, I sat it in the summer, dude. I could feel the hair lifting off my arm.
It's one of those things. I think the only nightmare that we can talk of, that can possibly happen is when it comes to replacing one of these bad boys. Chances are you can't even find them. And if you do find them,
arm and a leg.
Well, at that time, each sub was about, I believe, like 1,100, 1,200.
That time.
Jesus.
At that time.
Each sub, there's 4.
So you can see how the price will.
Not including all the wiring behind it and the battery. There's like a 100-pound battery in it just to power the system.
Yeah.
We got all Stinger wire.
Oh my God.
This
guy right here, bro. Yeah, I swear to God.
To the back. So just in wiring alone, you're looking at probably over $1,000.
We gotta tag this company.
Dynamite.
We gotta tag this company.
I'm pretty sure the dynamite on the trunk hatch, all the quarter panels.
Did they do that or?
Yes,
yeah, they did that.
Yeah.
That's how you get the. Those are the secret recipes of good bass, and no rattling outside the car.
I mean, everything on the Z rattles.
Well, you have no dynamite.
All right.
Besides the Dynomat, they also use the spray.
The foam
the
spray.
Actual fender itself, or like the metal. On top of that, once that drying up, it was
Dynamated.
prepped with Dynomat.
Christ.
And you're not looking. And back then the cans weren't like they are now. I'm talking about less than
Yes.
the bottled water.
So that's another.
So you're probably looking at what 20 to 40 goddamn little cans.
You know, you don't see. That's the bigger picture, though.
But that's where I get to. Then that's when, like, we were. I forgot what episode it was that we were talking about, like the chucheros and the boxes sliding outside,
Absolutely.
and that's it. Okay, yeah, they're cool and everything,
Doesn't equal.
but do
this.
you consider it? That's what the main argument
It's
is.
cool in its own way. But
It's cool in its own way, but when you bring it to a car show world, like an actual competition, competition, and I can't stress that enough. Not just a meet or park, pay somewhere to park and hang out is still a meet. You're just paying for the meet. But an actual one that you compete, where there's money involved if you win, where there's sponsorships involved if you win, where there's scouts of companies looking out, just the same way they'll say a scout will look future NFL players or NBA players in college.
They'll say there's something to be made here.
There's the same deal that happens in the national real deal competition car shows. They're going out and looking for the next thing. Even if it is an old school body. It doesn't have to be a 2020. There we go. Mecca Auto. Car audio.
I'm not familiar with it. For the sound people, Mecca pretty much is for an audio competition only, which there's the two leagues, SPL, which is a sound pressure league, to see how much actual bass the car's producing, and then the SQL, which is this quality, how
crisp it all
how
sounds.
crisp.
Because
So
they'll set a microphone
even
inside
at
your
that,
car
there's
and close your
two
doors.
whole different setups and builds for that. If you get a chance, go onto their website and you see cars hitting over 200 dBs or decibels.
Enough to make you deaf, like legally.
What about the glass?
It's
Oh, it's all
plexiglass.
Plexiglass, yes. Once
Your
reach-
glass isn't plexi, is it?
No, mine no. But
No,
I'm not
but-
hitting 200 dBs. I'm hitting
What?
147.
I was about to say, I'm like, yeah, I remember that 140 because I found my old sheet. Remember that sheet that I used to give you in Atlantic City? And I remember he spanked me by like 15 to 20 points. I wasn't far behind.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, 15 to 20 points is like good because you had cars we were going up against that were like 80, 60,
So we were the
50.
heavy hitters.
Me and him were literally the heavy hitters of the audio competition at that show. People had, custom setups done out of wood, out of fiberglass, same deal. But
It's the
I guess
prep
they cheaped out
Yeah.
on the subs.
In the end, it's the prep work, all the dynamics, because you lose quality.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I still got my trunk exploded.
And the wiring. Yeah, definitely do not cheap out on the wiring. If
Don't
you
cheap out on the
get
wiring.
Good components and cheap out on the wiring.
And where people always cheap out on is the wiring, and second, the RCAs. Insane.
English RCAs.
Ah, these newbies with their HDMI cables. Boo. RCA cables. The red, the yellow, and the white.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that still exists, by the way, in the audio world. It still exists. It's still a thing. People will go into like the 99-cent store and get like the 12-foot of that. It's because it was like $4 or $5 instead of getting the gold-plated ones from like Rockford or Stinger, which are like 30 or 40.
All right, quality of
Makes
connection.
all the difference. And people are like, it's just RCAs.
It looks the same.
It all looks the same. It all does the same thing. It's whatever.
No.
To a certain degree, yeah, they're not wrong.
Once you start competing,
Build the same system twice. Go with the cheapy RCAs and the cheapy wiring, and then go with the expensive wiring and the expensive RCAs. Guaranteed, the other one is going to be at least 15, 20, or even 30 points on the SQL level difference. Now, I'm getting into this whole car audio world thing, which is a different goddamn animal in itself. But bringing it back, it comes back into the same thing. When you see that, and you see the chucheros, that just take them and slide them in, that's it, done.
Eddie's setup makes me more happy than Chichero's. So look at it.
But that's the point. Now, do you get into that? Do you consider that a custom system? Yeah, to a certain degree. It is a custom system. But to compete,
You want that versus a Chichero.
yeah. And now, and don't even get me wrong, now it's, at least around by us anyway, in the tri-state area, Chucheros is more of It's become like an SPL thing to a certain degree. But not like the national SPL and SQL, where they bring the mics and you have to leave the car on.
You can't rev it.
You can't rev, or that's cheating and you're disqualified. So you have to run, the car has to run under its own power, and you have to blast your shit.
It's a whole unofficial competition.
They check the temperature on the amps to see how hot it is.
So what I would do if I wanted to cheat a little bit, set my running RPMs.
You know how many people used to do that back in the day?
But there is a max.
There is a max. They always let you
So,
to a certain degree.
yes.
Like if your idle is, let's say, argument's
800,
sake,
900 RPMs.
800, 900, you can bring it up to like 1,000 or 11. That's it. Don't pass that, or they're disqualifying you. And they embarrass the crap out of you because they do it over this damn microphone.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
So, no, this guy.
And everyone's watching because you're.
I mean, everybody's watching.
you're on
But he's
stage.
disqualified because he did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that's it. So everybody gets you just get the
Oh.
you just get the look from like everyone. Yeah.
Did anybody get disqualified that competition you guys had?
No, nobody did. Everybody placed in their classes because it's also, I forgot. There's so many different classes. I keep forgetting. They even gave us a CD of test tones.
He showed it to me.
Okay, the Mecha CD. You still have it in the car?
It's like house seat. It's like a house music type.
Yeah, but it's like certain beats that amplify your audio setup on purpose.
One's for your tweeters, one's for the highs, one's for the lows,
Exactly.
one's for the mids.
Exactly.
So you pick a track, and pretty much an actual judge from Mecca would check out your system. It's like, all right, you should
Safety.
play. Yeah.
If you had a wire out, or they would check the. You know what? I don't know if you remember this. The inspector or the judge would look around and he goes, "All right, I want to see where your fuse is."
Yes.
You had to pop your hood and be like, "Oh, my fuse is right here." Be like, I remember that he would go buy other cars. He goes, "That's too close to the battery, man. I don't like that. I don't like that at all." Just the guy was like that. He would take off points.
What?
Yeah, because it was too close to the battery and the heat can melt the fuse and just cause fire and your car will go boom. Granted, the guy was really
On point.
yeah, like
And
if
same
the
thing,
rule
you
book.
can get to a point where you're like, oh, this guy's too mean, too anal, but it's all safety. Like,
I mean, to a certain degree, when you're in a car show, it's a different on our side because we're like, yo, bro, let's just have some fun, make our things go boom, and if they explode, fucking whatever, we'll buy some new subs later on. That was the mentality.
So he was basically like an OSHA inspector.
Yes, pretty much. Much.
Anybody, if you don't know what OSHA is, it's a guy that comes around your warehouse and says, this is too close to this. This doesn't have the proper color on the label. This
Yeah,
label is marked
100%.
wrong.
this ladder has extra steps or
Yeah.
missing steps.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. And these guys were from like Texas. They're like
so they flew out for this.
which goes back to the main thing. This old man has some pull and has some money because they didn't come here because they're like, oh, he looks like a sweet old man.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, even if you check out Mecca's schedule, it's all California, Texas.
They're mid
Yes.
and West Coast. They do nothing over here. So they were flown out here
For that particular reason.
for that event that day. I never saw them again. I remember when we were leaving, we even took a picture with the old man, if I'm not mistaken.
I gotta look into my external hard.
Yeah, you gotta look into that one. If you find it, that'll be an awesome Throwback Thursday pic. We took a picture when he was even saying, "I'm gonna go even bigger next year."
Did he?
No, we never. I don't even know if he passed away or not. He
Oh,
was
no.
old as hell.
Save that.
I mean, honestly, how old do you think he probably was when?
Be over 100 right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
We gotta find his son and see if his son can't do it.
I mean, do you even have the name of the old man somewhere in?
I'll look up the hard drive, because I do have a folder for it. There's probably over 100 pictures of that.
Oh my God, you gotta go in
The
there.
Hyundai with the Tiburon with the girl. That I think her name was Ashley.
Ashley, yeah,
And,
Ashley and
the full
and Freddie,
yeah.
her dad, and her built her Tiburon.
There was a minivan also, a blue one with all
Airbrushed, tribal airbrush on the minivan. You gotta remember that in it.
Alex, you got your next idea right
There we go, Alex. Step it up. We gotta start.
I'll
By the house, man. We'll Sharpie the shit out of that van real quick.
Don't do that to him.
Yeah, I'll show you those pictures just so you can have an idea, flashback to what we're talking about.
Even, like I said, back then, I'll continue saying it, and I always will, and he'll vouch for it. you had to go in ready.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. Tell me no. Half the cars that you've probably seen now in the last like 3 years that you've been back out in the scene. You think they would stand a chance in like in a hot import night setting?
Well, no, because they won't even get
In.
in. Yeah. Not necessarily in, just approved.
Granted, everything has changed.
Yes.
If they were to stick, the big asterisk, if they were to stick with the old rules in this setting now, no, is that the shows wouldn't even exist. So, and to a certain degree, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to go catch up with the times and keep the ball rolling.
All right, and don't pause this because I know this is something we should probably pause for, but
what?
I'm not. The thing in Edgewater, you already know what I'm talking about. We got the permits for it and everything.
Yes.
You should have made it like that.
Yes, but I also have to keep up with the times.
We got to listen. You want to stand out? That's the way to do it.
No, 100%.
Follow the old man's cue.
100%. 100%.
Well, not necessarily have to be strict like that to be, but maybe just if it's going to be something, a little bit more official, have different categories, different classes.
Which end of this?
All right, you have custom paint. You go, there's your one category for that. You have wrap, a single color wrap. Have one category for that. You have a custom wrap.
I mean, this was already before English Town closed down. They reopened it again now, but before they closed down, it was 3 shows a year in E-Town. Spring Nationals, Summer Slam, and Fall Nationals. 3 shows. But those shows would pull in over 1,000 cars. On the slow end of the show scene, they would get maybe 300, 400 cars, which is nothing compared to what it used to be, but they were still pulling cars. So what happens? You slowly start seeing the decline because the OGs retire. They sell their cars or they get bored. A million reasons. I can literally sit here and tell you 5 million reasons. Life happens. Get married, get a house, you start adulting more.
Other things become priority.
Yeah, other things just become priority. That's just the way it is.
Getting new set of wheels.
Yeah.
Paint. Wrap.
Gotta worry about the mortgage before you set of
While
wheels.
we're here, let's talk about his fucking wheels, those racing hearts.
we'll get into that now. The what I call the legend parts that are so hard because I know people have been wanting to get those wheels because they know exactly what you got. Let's see. I always did love the white.
Well, when I first got them, they were originally, I got them from Racing Heart in white, powder coated white, and just recently, if you follow me on Instagram at teamc4_PGT, you'll see that the new color is a bronze.
Now, do you remember how much you paid for those?
Again, not that much or something that I would be saying, but yes, it's it was. But again, it all adds up to the uniqueness of the car.
Right. Now, have people been telling you, yo, you're gonna sell those wheels?
Yes.
People have been asking, right?
Yes, and not only that, but actually people DMing me saying that the car, I believe it's like on Need for Speed, one of the Need for Speed video games.
Somebody made a skin out of your car.
Come on, what are we talking about? We knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, but it becomes one of those things iconic, and like for the old schoolers, you see racing hearts. You already knew.
I guess this is before, like, I guess the current setup is the T37s. This would be the equivalent of a T 37 back in early 2000s.
Yeah, I remember when these came out, quote me if I'm wrong, they were the lightest wheels in the market.
Yes.
Like, you could throw those on and go racing.
I remember when we went to go pick it up, I'm not going to say the people's names.
Right.
From the powder coating bullshit place.
Yeah.
Where they left it fucking for a month or
horrible
more.
Horrible service.
And I remember picking up Eddie's rim and like, give me another one. I can do this.
And it's a 19.
Yeah.
And they're 19s.
I felt
and
like
to
I could
this
do it
day,
across the parking lot if I wanted to.
To this day, I still don't think any other wheel has been able to match the weight.
Weight to power.
Weight to power like this wheel has. Which is also that lovely paperweight of a Supra that's in West New York that we've gone to go see. And those racing hearts are on there.
By the way, update on that.
What?
I went and left cat food.
Oh, again?
And I got to thank you as a text message.
Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna keep on abusing them.
Just keep on buying cat food until.
I'm gonna keep on being super nice. One day she's gonna come outside and say, "Hey, listen, take it." Or he might say, "You know what? You probably love it more than I could."
Hopefully, because I'll be ready with the trailer. Just to yank that thing out of there and take it quick.
Shit. You and me both.
Because that car is the most hidden gem in all of Hudson County. Only if you're like the observer car guy, you've spotted it in West New York.
What are those? Those chrome ones. So we're searching through his catalog of the build and how he progressed. Through different parts and the stocks versus the modified versus the process.
Well, yeah, the same thing. We went with stages. Before the 19-inch Racing Hard C5s, I had a set of 18s also in white, and before that, I had a set of 18s with like a 6-spoke mesh chrome.
I like those.
So yeah, I guess whatever.
Those Giovanni wheels. Damn, I still got it. Nice job, Sonic.
Well,
Pat my own damn back on that one.
They're classic.
I'm looking at that damn logo from reverse. Yep, Giovanni's. And this, if I'm not mistaken, this was their street line. Because Giovanni, when they came out, that company came out. Well, they're still out.
No.
Okay?
It looks like it.
3-piece, But 3-piece didn't even exist, bro, back in the day.
Racing Art actually, the C5s did have it, but yeah, at that time,
I can only imagine. It was like a mortgage of a house.
6,000-7,000, easy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you think wheels are bad now? No. Wheels have always been bad.
Well, as a car guy, me and you both know how much the new rims I have cost.
God,
How much
love those.
3-piece US is asking for them.
Yeah, but you got
of that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it was a steal, 100%. But this is you're talking about what 0203? That's back then money, which is now equivalent to what?
Probably 10.
$10,000 wheels, or 12?
Another reason why
He's choking already. He's choking on the vape.
Yeah, I can't believe that, dude. $10,000 on just wheels?
Yeah.
Ready for this 3-piece? The gold blitz, gold lip,
Yes.
gold face,
Mm-hmm.
gold barrel. For what reason I have no clue, but it's gold.
Yeah. And the price kind of matches.
Flex, because you're not getting a hold of them. Nobody's getting a hold of them.
No. But why people go nuts? People will go nuts for these damn
And
wheels.
again, that's what would take it to the next level at a premium car show, at an elite car show.
And I even go back when you did them in white, powder coat or paint.
Well, I got them like that, but it was.
Oh, you were able to get them
I
from
would
Racing
say
Hard
it
in
was
white.
Yeah, I would say it's powder coated because it did have a couple rock chips, and you can see that underneath that was
The actual real finish of the wheel.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I told you.
Well, what are these white ones right here?
They were also G Racing. I still have them, but actually those are now painted the same color as the car.
Right, those are the red ones. Yep, I forgot. He's gone through wheels like I go through underwear.
Yeah, a couple sets.
I love how he has the catalog complete on these damn. I love that.
It's your build. You kind of got to do that.
Yeah, that album is a little too outdated.
Well, most people are cataloging their builds via Instagram.
Right, yeah, that's become the
norm.
The new norm of like the build process.
Oh shit. Those are sexy.
Yeah. They look good as hell in the color of the car.
They actually look a little too small right now for it, but
And you still got them, right? Well, you still got. Well, yeah, pretty much got all your wheels, pretty much still.
Falcon tires, FK 451s.
Damn, dude,
I can't
insane.
believe how fucking glossy the car. So he pulled up a post that he showed me, and this car looks like it's made out of candy.
Well, yeah, because it's a candy red from House of Colors. Again,
House of Colors showing his dick. There we go.
Yeah, told you.
Hey, you gotta name it. So yeah, that's one of another key points that makes the car, the paint.
Yeah, remember back then wraps didn't exist. Wraps were not a thing.
I can't get over that. That is nuts.
Side graphics, yes.
Side graphics are coming back strong.
They were a thing. They're always been a thing, and will
I love that.
chances are continue to be. But wraps weren't. That didn't exist.
Well, they did, but they were just horrible, miserable mistakes to lay.
Nobody did it. Nobody did it.
But they do it. You're wrong.
No,
The vinyl back in the day had no stretch to it, no play.
no, nothing at all. Which is why they were made more for side graphics. And even some side graphics, they even look right. because it just wouldn't go over the creases of the door molding.
So it would be distorted.
Knifeless tape? What's that? A guy would sit there and just go
Into your paint.
into your paint. And, you know, if you had to take off the graphics, back to the body shop you go.
Or buff it, maybe.
Or if you're lucky and the guy was gentle enough on how he did it. Yeah. Yeah, man. You guys have it easy now. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. That's why, like, I always do car shows. I will always continue to do car shows. I just love car shows. It's just one of those things. But, like I said, coming from so far back, and it's not even that far back, but in this car scene, it's like, holy hell, went Back to the Future type deal. So, you know what I mean? With that mentality and that mindset, you go to the show now and you're just like, that's it.
You're looking around at 13 Accords that are just lowered.
Yeah. I mean, end of the day, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, granted, whatever. But, you know, again, coming back from that look, that wow factor, like the lines of Hot Import Nights, tell me no. They would wrap around the building twice, and you're talking about convention centers. People standing outside a line like if they're waiting for the COVID vaccine now.
Just dope ass cars.
Just dope ass cars inside.
The actual setup, the performance, like the show, everything. It was all packaged into.
Yeah, it was one of those things.
An amazing show.
That's why, like I said, I always hope that was. I mean, granted, I've been seeing a slow incline. It's an incline nonetheless, just slow as a mother. But I'm slowly starting to see now people getting like heavy into the modding again. There's a few cars that really are cutting up stuff and like that's Z. But the full front end, all fiberglass. What is his IG, bro?
Oh, he made a Jeep front end. Dream it, build it. Hold on, I got it right here. I can pull it up quick.
I think if I'm not mistaken, he's doing I mean, he's completely converted the Z. It doesn't even look like a Z anymore. Yeah, it's all fully fiberglass now. Like the whole front clip and the whole fenders and everything folds up. Old school vibes.
Oh, you're talking about, oh man. And I was just looking at his page too.
What is his IG? Darren something?
Fitment Junkies.
Fitment Junkies. There we go. I mean, you're starting to see what we used to do back in the day is what you're slowly seeing now.
That's on a Z. He's putting pop-up headlights, like Porsche pop-up headlights.
Yeah. And that's...
being unique, being creative.
Exactly. But you know what? Whether it takes him a year or 5 or 10...
2J.
Once it's done...
Giant fucking turbo.
That thing in the scene is going to be nuts.
And it's a target top.
But tell me no.
Don't park next to him. Got it.
And also rewinding back to the front bumper, molded front bumper and rear bumper at the same time. We had that idea of also changing out the taillights.
The famous taillights.
Yeah, and there we go to the taillights. And then there was either option of Acura Integras, 240s, something, but yeah, just wanted to figure out of all of them. The Supra.
No kidding. Those are the options you had in your mind?
So you don't have to worry about molding.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
kidding.
There was like 3 or 4 cars that fit.
That kind of fit the profile.
Yes.
Minimal cutting involved, pretty much. Still cutting, but
That beats that equation.
insane.
Open it up and get to everything.
That's
And then It
insane.
was just pretty much a lot of sheet metal fab work. And yeah,
Which you also get into that too. And that contributes to the cost.
My rear fenders to put the wide body on.
Yeah.
I was terrified doing that.
And we just did a small thing. You're looking at sheet metal to go from Ford Probe taillights to Supra, to second gen Supra taillights.
Which the probe taillights were cool also.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying.
You never see that.
the
No,
lines,
you just
they
don't see that.
Completely changed the body lines of it.
Insane in the back. Now in the back, you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, and there's
End
no
of the
badging
day,
or nothing.
and there's no badging on the car. It's all clean. No badging. Listen, you still have the original steering wheel, right?
Yes.
That's about the only thing left.
And
And the seats.
Reach
And the
out.
seats, and you just two-toned them. So, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that... How crazy do you want to get with your car? And where do you mentally want to take it? That's what the mindset is, end of the day.
I know a lot of people are out there listening, looking at their car like, oh, we're gonna fucking do this.
Yeah, no, I hope we inspire the next generation, because honestly, clean builds are cool. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate them all, just because we're generally car lovers. So I'm not, hardly ever will you ever hear me say, that car. I kind of have hope for all of them all. I really do.
I know you.
Sometimes more than I should. You know what I mean? More than I even should. But whatever. I hope somebody gets a pair of balls after listening to the podcast with a Dremel, goes outside and goes, you know what? I'm sticking a vent here. Meow. And start cutting. And we're not held responsible if you fuck it up. Don't call us, please. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Well, same thing going back to making stuff fit. Same thing with the hood. If you look at the hood, back then, it was one of the first hoods for this car.
Okay.
I ended up, I believe it was 3 or 4.
What is that, fiberglass hood
hoods.
when you first got it?
Fiberglass, yes. The fitment was so bad that
What did I tell you?
the body shop ended up cutting the middle part and attaching it to my original hood.
And how much does that hood weigh right now?
Yes, so it's very heavy. But you had to
Ended up working.
You had to make it fit.
Mm.
And back then,
And you had to center it and all that.
fiberglass was a fucking nightmare. Let's just face the facts. It was in its pre-garden stages that,
I dig it.
and that's just like I said, we're going through the old photo book and just looking at all the mods and everything. But tell me no, the old fiberglass, even down to the body kit. It didn't fit right when you first threw it on. You had a gap that you could fit a whole Somalian family underneath one headlight.
A Somalian family.
You know what I mean? You will spend more money making it fit than it was to just, house of color the whole car.
Yeah.
And granted, now we have Duraflex, we have the whole everything, and
Everything's some sort of plastic polymer.
that's why I laugh when people complain now.
This doesn't fit
A small
right.
gap here or a little thing over here. I'm just like, if these motherfuckers were only...
You're talking about me because I hate the way my bumper
Yeah,
fits.
exactly. I laugh because he has a little gap that a quarter fits. You can slide a quarter perfectly underneath the headlight.
Mold it. Forget about the guy. There you go.
That's your answer. Molded.
Let's go. That's it. Step it up.
And just gotta worry about driveways and then making sure it doesn't crack. But
Yeah, you gotta remember stress. Without being molded, and that's the worry that we always have. Bumper. You scrape. Normal bumper flexes. Everything else stays fine. Can you imagine everything one piece? You start getting the hairline. Either in the corner where the wheel is, or you get in the corner where the headlight
which I
is.
have. I'm gonna be honest, I do have.
Yeah, I mean, but it's
That's what happens.
from...
I've been around your car a bunch of times. I haven't noticed that one fucking imperfection.
No, there is.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, the car builder knows their imperfections.
Yes.
No car is 100% perfect. The thing is, when you're looking at the overall package, everything blends in. And thank God for lighting, because lighting is your best friend at these shows too. Tell me right or wrong.
And I have to give it to Sonic. Back when we were at it in 2002, 2003, he would take, in 45 minutes to an hour to tape up his car. I'm like, no, I'll skip it. I regret that because now I have the whole front end is full of options.
But also, the craftsmanship says a lot because the car is how old? And no matter what, okay, fine, she sat for a few years, but
It's still there.
it's still there. Homeboy, you were on the track.
Yeah, I actually went to Watkins Glen 2 years ago.
In the probe.
You got balls.
And that car's heavy.
Took a 4.5-hour drive there. I had a little mishap coming back, but
Yeah, she didn't come back. She came back on the
I
tow
have
truck.
pictures to prove
That's
it.
besides the point. That's besides the point. She had to stretch her legs out, and it's doable. What, the water pump went right on it? That's what went on it?
The pulley.
The pulley on it. But the bodywork is still there.
Oh, man.
Like I said, your car will never be 100% perfect. You have to get that in your head.
Unless we go back to the earlier episodes and make it a show queen. And actually don't drive it at all.
Yeah, it becomes a weekend car, or take it to a team hangout,
Parking lot.
or we go to a parking lot or for photos. or if we get to do like a special event type deal that's not a car show, yeah, bring it out. But aside from that,
Not driving it here, there.
you're not bringing that thing to work and back.
I do it today.
Yeah, you do it today.
But when it's fully done, I'm not going to want to do it.
No.
I'm going to do it out of spite now.
When you have
Go ahead.
$10,000 wheels and you hit a pothole.
Then you switch out a lip or a barrel. 3-piece.
Yeah. You're going to go through all the work. You're going to paint everything. You're going with a custom color.
Yeah. Don't tell what it is.
Obviously, I'm not. But the point is, you're going with a custom color. So it's not like if you get a scratch or a nick or a crack or something, you can easily go run to the AutoZone and get a little touch-up pen to just, kind of draw it in like a Sharpie.
Oh,
fuck, yeah. There's that.
Also, you forget what I do. Vinyl wrap. So I will clear...
Oh, so you're going to go again to vinyl wrapping? Is that what you're talking about?
clear bra at the front.
Okay, that only helps you so much.
Have you seen the current clear bras?
Yeah, that's fine. This still doesn't help you.
So let's say...
It doesn't, protect you from everything, boo. That's my point.
But I don't have to worry about rock chips with a clear bra.
No, but you always have to mention about the pothole.
Pothole, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because, you can do the whole bra shield thing in the front, but what happened? A nice little you maneuver, but not good timing. Go. What happened to the top of your fender, bro? What?
Looks like bacon.
What happened? What's that stress line I see over there?
Then you start scratching your head when you're watching.
Yeah. You got my point
So
now?
bring gasoline and matches back to show is what you're doing.
The second you park it, just light the bitch on fire and walk away. You'd be like, I'm done. I'm collecting Pokemon cards from now on.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You get me? It's a different thing. You're at a level now that you can whip it, rip it up and down, go anywhere you want. And that's awesome. That's what I appreciate, and to a certain degree even envy a little bit of the rap guys. They can take it to the city. Who gives a about potholes? Who gives a hell about a nick or a bumper or whatever, a little blemish? Heat it, rip it, slap on a new piece, and that's it. You're back in the game.
Color matched.
In a weekend type deal. Us, no. Prep it. Bondo it or fiberglass it. Get the right shade of paint. Hope to God that the guy that's blending it does an awesome blend job. Because when you're in the custom paint world, my friend, it's never going to blend right. And again, none of our cars are ever going to be perfect. The outsider looking in sees a different ball game.
Like me with Eddie.
Yeah.
That's why I see it as perfect.
Yeah. But we have our stress little things over here. We got battle scars underneath. I'm pretty sure you go underneath the bumper and you go like that,
yes.
You're cutting up your hand. Just so you can go like that underneath blue. You're going to have splinters of fiberglass. That hurt like a motherfucker.
Nobody thought of putting a splitter on?
What happened?
A splitter.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. These cars were just taped up and go to the show.
Okay.
But also, look at our mileages.
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing. It's what I call, the term isn't even a term. I've always called it show miles. That's what I literally always called it.
Well, figure that. It's a 97 with 57,000. My daily is of 2013 with 97,000.
They're babies in their own right.
My car currently has over 100,000, so what do you think I should do?
Nothing. Just keep driving it. Granted, like I said, you're gonna get to a point that, I mean, you joke around now, and we're all BSing here, but end of the day, once you have everything the way you want it, all like perfectly in your mind,
Lined up, just so.
it's just gonna be photo shoots, the occasional little drive to enjoy it, but it's not gonna go, oh, I'm gonna take it to work. I'm gonna go park it inside. And you'll think twice about parking it indoors.
Why?
God forbid something gets near it. God forbid something falls or whatever. It's a different mindset. You don't have that mindset now because you're wrapped. And you know in your head you can fix it
Tomorrow, if I want to.
tomorrow in an hour or two.
Absolutely.
That's exactly it. We don't have that mentality. Because to us something happens and we have to really think long term, how long am I going to be down for?
And adding to that, that's how we have the famous bomb. my rear quarter panel.
Tell that story.
Yeah, tell the story. Tell the story.
Much, yeah, I had a mishap, and then again, it was a custom paint. It would have been over $2,000 to pretty much blend the fender.
A quarter
the
panel,
door.
my dude.
So, came up with an idea to put at the time a sticker.
The old school
Part
bomb
of-
cartoon that I used to
part of
rock.
the club, so it was a C4 bomb sticker, and it kind of did hide
It hide the blemish
the
that
blemish,
happened. And then you know what? In its own right, it's become the car's like thing. Like
Signature.
it's become its signature by mistake because it was a
Closely, yeah, if you
a
look
quick
closely.
little. Oh no! Gotta get this done because I gotta be in the show next week and I already paid registration. They're not gonna give me refunds. That doesn't exist.
And we're talking, it was probably less than $50.
Yeah, no. But back then it was like, no, I am not losing those $45-$50. I will not lose them. You know what I mean? So in that aspect, 9-to-5 job, and also you were worrying in the back of your mind, I gotta get that car ready on Friday, packed up and ready to rock and roll for Saturday.
How did that line happen is what I'm curious to.
I guess we can say haters.
Okay, we can leave it at that.
Up to that, yeah, to haters. So
Okay.
It would have been for a perfect Geico commercial. You know what I mean? It was one of those. But tell me no, it worked
and
out.
again, actually, that happened because I took the car to work.
Mother.
Even that I parked it in front of my job, you can't be watching it
24/7.
100% of the time. So what's going to happen when either you or someone that's listening gets a custom paint? You're just going to decide to actually, park it. And not only take it out when you know you're going to be watching the car. And even at that, if someone really wants, to get to it at a certain point, it's going to happen. But you try to minimize those chances.
Exactly. That's what it comes down
You're
to.
never going to...
You as the car
prevent it.
builder and having it in your own mind done, you become like,
Anal retentive on it.
yeah, you do.
Like say you're gonna go out for drinks, you're gonna go park the car. Like you're not gonna enjoy being with your girl,
You're not.
having a drink, being yourself.
I'm worried about
because-
who's parked next to me.
Yes, that or what's gonna happen to the car if something's gonna fall on it, someone's gonna throw something at it. There's the million things you
There's
can think of.
honest to God, your own mind will be your worst enemy, and I called it and I said
This
it.
to me before, but it didn't mean shit. Now he's saying it. Now it means something.
Oh, now it means something. It's another old schooler telling you.
I even say you go bowling, you go to the movies.
Yeah.
You're gonna park the car again, like you always see, like at the end of the parking lot.
In the corner, and there's gonna be one jerk off who parks dead next to you.
That's if you're lucky. But if there's no cameras there and not someone actually tries to
Do
steal
something.
your wheels, steal the car, why not just leave it at home and then?
And again, we're going crazy now, because that's just how we've trained. Our brains are like been rewired the second our cars came out, like the body shops type deal, and we were going into shows, and it's a different thing. Like I said, you'd have the advantage now to enjoy, but once you pass that line, bro, and you say custom paint, because it has a nice flavor in your mouth as you say it.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? Like, not anybody can be like, oh, I'll go through a catalog, be like, I want this one. No. Custom paint.
Good luck finding it.
Good luck finding it. Yeah, it's awesome. One of one. I've said it before in the other episodes. But then you're like, fuck my life. One of one. So you better remember that recipe right. You know what I mean? That's what I said. Vinyl wrap guys, I give it to them all day. They can go nuts modding. They get bored, something happens, God forbid, rip
Switch
off,
up.
slap on.
Yep.
Unless it's something major, you know what I mean? Like a fender or a bumper hit really hard, chances are they're up in no time. No. Custom paint guys, custom bodywork guys, no, man. We're down for a while. Unless you got like deep ass pockets. And you can get it done like within a week and pay somebody even double just to get it done.
And get it back to you.
You know what I mean?
Non-stop for 48, 72 hours. If we rip apart the bumper, fiberglass it.
And he's talking now because his car's a one piece. The only thing that's feasible is the hood, the doors, and the trunk. Everything else is no lines, bro.
I'm sure if he had the option, he would have did it. I know.
You know what I mean? And back then also, it wasn't the like, you know what I mean? It was one of those things, looking back on it now, would you have stopped yourself from molding everything on? Or were you just still...
I think I would have still done
Still done it?
Because you want, I wanted to be
Unique.
Dude, even the door handles. He doesn't have any door handles.
Yeah, just like Blue. I don't have no door handles in the back.
Smoothest, coolest shit.
I guess that's, would be one of the main reasons why back in, 2001 I got that car, because it was different. And even now, like, I'm glad, when I brought it out now in 2019 after being away for almost 10 years, that, it still catches, people's eyes, and it's still, it's still unique.
It's still spanking.
It's a rare thing to find. It's a gem.
Yeah, end of the day.
Oh, what it is.
Because how many show cars have we seen get thrown in the backyard type deal, or even in full garages, climate controlled, and when they roll out, they're like junk them.
That bad?
Yeah. I've seen nightmare stories like that. I'm pretty sure you have too. Some like old schoolers. That when you go back, you're like, oh yeah, I still got my car. You go look in the back, and you're like, what the happened to this thing?
That's not your car.
You've seen it happen, but it's also a testament of what you put into it back then. See, in the car world, better said, asterisk, in the custom car world, where you mold stuff, cut stuff, paint stuff, all this, you don't see the outcome of what you put into it years later. Big asterisk. As long as you keep your car, obviously. Because you can only do so much if somebody else, obviously, owns your thing. Because even now, how many years did it sit?
Close to 10. Not just sitting, for everyone listening. I wouldn't, started.
Granted, started.
I would sneaking around the neighborhood.
But
on the weekends.
End of the day, compared to what it was doing, it's sitting.
Damn. So technically, yes, for almost 10 years, it was hidden from the
world.
Public,
hidden from the world.
View.
But end of the day, look at the testament of time.
Jeez.
She may have her little nicks and everything else now.
You'll
Comes with
never
age.
Fucking notice it.
You'll never notice it just because of how good the car's put together.
I think Eddie should have tried for McGuire's.
He would get it. 100% he would get it.
Definitely try for next year. For next season.
Yeah, that's all it is. Because end of the day, going even back to the sponsorship stuff, that's what McGuire's looks for.
Oh yeah, all day long, all day, every day. That's what they want.
That's what they want. Why? Because it's custom paint. Look at the shine and the shimmer on it now. Over 10 years later. The car hasn't been repainted.
Doesn't need to be.
It can survive awesome.
And it's crazy because the pictures that you show me from when you first had it, to even Instagram, and you could tell a lot of your pictures aren't filtered necessarily, it's still that same smack you in the mouth red.
Yeah.
Because it's changing, depending on the, if it's sunny, cloudy,
In the
paint
end of the day, the
Material.
quality of the material. That's why people tell me, well, house of color. Eyes closed. That's it. I don't mess with nothing else. Told you.
You will not regret that option.
You
No
won't.
matter what color shade
It'll
you
suck
pick.
in the beginning because their materials ain't cheap. I mean, granted, it's been forever and
No, they're still pretty pricey.
they're still pretty up there. But because I remember a tub of flake, 20 ounces of flake, was $150.
That's about the going price still.
Okay, well,
I
back
already have
then,
that money off to the side.
back then you're just like, hey, my car needs how much of this crap?
Yes.
I can't just get sprinkles from like the dollar store.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And kind of throw it in and wish for the best type deal. So, end of the day, it's just a testament of time to all that. So, I mean, without getting too crazy, what minor mods do you think you'll be probably doing? Without getting too crazy and blowing everything of the recipe, but...
Well, minor mods, I guess at this point nothing would be minor, besides changing,
Valid
a couple
point.
little, maybe the headlights, even though the headlights are LED, they're still, the standard 4x6. So maybe throw in some projectors.
Okay.
And then, also possibly some wide body, but that's
That'll be a nice
in
recipe.
the works. But we'll see something upcoming around June, July that will
Not bad.
make
Not
it
bad.
stand out, and again, bring it up to the next level. That
And Mr. Snuff over here is giving me a page here. Candy_shop. Let's see what you guys got. What's that first post? $849. Yeah, that sounds about right. Candy apple red? Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep. Insane. And this is actually cheap.
I know.
That's the scarier part. Oh man, but there's just something about that custom paint. When they're mixing that with the flake, when the light hits it,
Makes you
goddamn.
melt.
Yeah, no, goddamn. You fall in love with your car all over again. It's one of those things. As I said, once you pass that line, you're not going back. You're going to be taking care of your stuff a lot more.
I like beating on my car.
Yeah.
Similar. Yeah.
It'll take, you know what it is? You're going to have to get used to it. That's all it is. Because at the end of the day, like I said, tell me no. Even before the crazy body work and the fiberglass system and everything else, you were driving the car a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
So what made you to finally say, you know what? Enough is enough. I want to take it to that next level. That famous next level of it being a full show car. Like what triggered you to do it?
I've been dying to hear that.
Well, I guess the main reason was, going to car shows and wanting,
To be
I
that.
don't recall being denied or rejected, but definitely me wanting to be where other cars were at. Like,
Okay.
you know,
So pretty much you would go to the car show and you would see the other cars and your mindset was like, I want to be here. This is what I
or
want.
like say at the Jacob Javits Center, like definitely not being something, like a Ford or Mazda, but definitely be part of the show.
Okay.
And to do that, like a simple suspension or tints or, basic, sound system wouldn't do it. So you need to be creative and just do something unique.
Go the
Different.
extra mile.
Yeah.
Like I said, the everybody's different trigger happens at random times. Like I said, him was, going to the car show, seeing that, and in the back of the mind, be like, I want that. I want to be in the other side of that, and people looking at my stuff.
Starting going to car shows and then seeing the sound competition, like, oh, wow. And the same thing. You look at it's like, oh, they're hitting, those numbers. Like, oh, what's it going to take to hit 140 dBs? You get something basic, you're like, oh, it's only hitting 70, 80. Oh my God, like I need to
Yeah.
go. Okay.
And I spent how much? What the hell?
Then you just actually speak to someone that knows about it. Like, okay, you're going to need, at least 2 15s, 2 12s, or 4. In my case, I was like, you know what? Let's just use the whole hatch. All right, let's fit 4 12s in there. Okay.
You gotta remember, half of these ideas, I don't know if this happened to you when you were building the probe, but it happened to me with Blue a few times. When I would be designing something, you think so hard into it that you get annoyed or aggravated because it's not really coming out right. And then when you drop it, the idea, and you go, you know what, this, I'm just gonna do this. And that second one that you just did happens to be the it factor. It happens to be that damn idea you were trying to look for to begin with. I don't know if that happened to you with the probe, because I know it happened to me with Blue. When I was trying to think of the fade, that happened to me. I didn't like the down, I didn't like the up, I didn't front to back. I was just kind of annoyed. And I took the gun from the painter. I was like, you know what? Closed my eyes and I shot it. And it did the angle. Then when I saw it, I was like, that's it?
Go with that. Go with that.
Go with that. Try to match it. I don't know how, but just get creative, bro. And I walked away. I swear to God.
He must have hated you. That
Oh, no, he hated me. He hated me. Hated me and loved me. It was a very,
Well, he gets to say that's his work.
stressful relationship because I was like there every day. And I'll be like, because he would, paint the samples and be like, how do you like this? I'd be like, nah, that looks corny. Throw me another one. And he would have to prep the paint all over again. And so he started getting like 3-4 pieces and I still wasn't liking everything. And he was just getting fed up with my ass already. He was like, bro, come on. Like, I want this thing out of here already. Like, that's why I got fed up and I was like, give me the gun. He goes, what are you going to do? I'm like, just give me the gun. If you mess up, I know I'll deal with it. I just literally closed my hands and went that. At whatever it came out, it just happens to be the line. You're going to have that moment. That's my point. Everybody has that moment. And that's going to happen to you too with the Z.
Think so?
No, so.
I think that's going to happen in the motor department.
Probably. It happens to everybody in different aspects of the car build. Like with me, it was the paint. With him, it was audio. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happens to you in the motor section, in the performance side. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. That's my point.
Because I'm almost fed up with my motor.
And he even kicked the desk to prove it.
No, that was me leaning up against the desk. Sorry, guys. I really am.
But, and why?
I don't have what your stereotypical show-winning Z would have as far as power. I have enough to bust the Civic's ass, or like your regular Accord, or like your V6 Challenger that's not tuned.
Right.
I'll give them a run all day long.
But you want more.
I want that. The GTR pulls up next to me. He's like, "Oh, it's only Z." I say, "All right, line it up for a 4-year-old, bitch." I want that.
Are you gonna tape up the front end before you do it?
Absolutely not.
Even going back to that, because we would be at the shows, and I would be taping up blue, and I'll never forget. I would turn back. I'll literally have like a crowd of people, just like, wow, be like,
so
you,
much patience.
all the time. I'll just be like that, just nice.
How many rows was that? Like the 4th row, 3rd row?
How many rows do you go through, bro? I'm like, yeah, usually 6. God damn.
6?
Yeah. Well, back then.
Did you do the whole hood?
Up to where Sonic is, to give you a good idea. Where Sonic's head is, all the way down, fenders and bumper.
Mirrors.
The mirrors. The corner section of the side skirts, closest to the wheel, and then the quarter panel back.
By the way, you're going to see me. I did a fuck up on his car.
He-
Going back a while ago, he had me with the world's cheapest vinyl. There's no air channels to it. And
Yeah, I'm sure it was the vinyl's fault.
Yeah. So the vinyl has no air channels to it. He gets the Sega logo cut out really nice. Beautiful, clean cuts.
I mean, now I'm going to have to change it since you're freaking talking about it now. And nobody would have even noticed
Thank
it now.
fucking God, because my name is on that and I don't like
This
it.
motherfucker.
Glowing behind it, just so.
Oh, thanks. Cool. Okay, just let them all out.
You can give one of mine when you're ready. I'm not even shy about it. So I didn't center it properly.
It's off by a little bit.
It's a
It's
half an inch.
it's bothered him since day one.
It's half an
And I'm
inch
just
off.
looking at him like, it works. Don't worry about it.
And I'm like scratching my neck over it, like motherfucker.
I'm like, it's fine. It still came out good. Unless somebody points it out and be like, oh man, what happened with that? I'm like, go look at him. He's the one that messed it up.
I dare somebody come up to me and show, hey man, did you do that?
So, you're the one that messed up that Sega logo?
I'm gonna send them tell them to go fuck his mother. I gotta stop cursing.
I can imagine I can only imagine your face at a car show nonetheless. That happening, a guy just bumping into your be like, sir, did you do that?
Stay right there. I'm going to get my bat. No, stay right there. You don't move. I'll be right back.
But, I mean, going back with a little bit of everything, you're going to go through that. End of the day, you're going to go through that when it comes to the car shows. You are. You just are.
I think I'm going to do a clear bra and call it a day.
And like I said, to a certain degree, that is helpful. But a clear bra will only do so much. And the clear bras now are a million times better than the crap that was out when we were out. Because I'll never forget, at the car shows, they would come up to us, the guys. Hey, man, you want to try this stuff out? But like the second it was sun, it was like yellow.
That's a thing?
What? Oh, man, these cute newbies.
I've watched somebody clear bra their whole car, and it's been lasting for like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah. You also have
that's
to
gotten
put
yellow.
the different elements. Is it well taken care of?
He leaves it outside in the parking lot every day. He lives by my house.
Snow.
Shout out Thomas.
There you go. So under snow, sleet, everything.
Yep,
Oh,
sits there. It's still white as bone.
no kidding, really.
Yep.
And that is extremely good material because that did not exist when we were around at all.
Shout out Vivid.
For real. And also shout out to 3M Blue Painter State because, goddamn, boys, you guys have saved my ass for over damn 10 years over with Blue.
How about the tent job that I had to cry to you for help this weekend?
The taillight job? How'd that come out
Headlight.
anyway?
Tits.
Okay, not bad.
Oh. Haha.
You have sample shots?
I think I might have actual pictures.
But like I said, going back to that, bro, none of that crap existed when we were on the shows. None of that. 3M tape was our best friend. And back then, yeah, I would go like through like 4, 5, 6 damn rolls. The only thing is I've gotten better with it. So depending on how far the show is how much I tape up.
So because the wrap was laying on the headlight, it peeled away. Because it was shit wrap.
Oh, the guy had a bad film tint on the headlights?
It's clear now because we ripped it all off.
Let me see some shots, bro. What the hell?
I'm shitting Eddie right now.
Eddie's getting all the love right now?
What do you think?
Chopped livers?
That's my work. Well, mine D'Angelo's, I should say. I shouldn't say that's all mine. I did one side, he did the other.
Did yours come out crooked or an inch off?
Actually?
Oh, it's just my Sega logo?
Not
Thanks.
much.
So, yo, Eddie, I got to ask you. Since you're an old schooler. That did come out good, actually. He's showing me the picture of the... I like that camel wrap, actually. It actually looks good.
And that was on a
We'll
blog.
post up the picture on the show blog. Because people be like, oh, what the hell? But I got to ask you. Out of all the cool things you saw back in the day, what do you think could probably come back this time around in the car show world? Or car modding in general? What do you think? Like Lambo doors, spinners. What do you think?
Not sure. I mean, it's changed so much. But I would say probably paint. Either paint.
You think paint might make a
House of Color still around.
a comeback?
Oh, paint's making a comeback.
So.
I mean, I hope so.
It's to outdo the rap guys.
Granted, yeah, I can see that. I can see that in the competition because I think the paint has slowly, over the years anyway, while it became like a heavy thing with us, it slowly drifted away to like the hot rodders and like the classic builds type deal.
Here, I'm gonna give you a good analogy. I got this one.
Go for it.
So, women want the guy who's ready for commitment.
Okay, yeah.
The guy who's ready to settle down, get the house, all that.
Mm-hmm.
The rap, you're going out every weekend, this, that, and third girl in Hoboken. Judges want to see the commitment to that one color that you paid a good pretty nickel for.
Yeah.
And it's custom color, one off, and you're special because it's only tied into you.
I'll even give you a funnier story that you just reminded me of these judges I know. We were at a car show, and I just happened to know them because it's been for years type deal. Okay. They used to compete. Their team used to compete with our team, and they kind of retired from that, but they're still in the show world. They just happen to judge it now because they have so many years of experience type deal.
That's not Ian, right?
No, other people.
Thank goodness.
Other people. So we're there, and we're, after the show, we say, hi to each other, how you been, blah, 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 small talk. Because we really only see each other.
Shows.
It shows.
Drink coffee.
Exactly, it's one of those things, and you really only see them maybe 3 times, 4 times out of the year, 5 times if you're lucky. If you happen to be in that same like tour, show tour or whatever. Yeah. So long story short, we're talking, and he's telling me a story on like these damn raps. They're annoying. I go, why? He goes, because they do a crazy color on the outside. It looks dope. You open the door. It's a plain silver car on the inside because you see all the jam and everything else done. And that pisses me off every time, and I take points away. Wrap it all. Yeah, dude. Yeah. But they're also coming back from the paint.
Where everything is touched.
Everything is touched. Granted, is the vinyl now more flexible enough to grab those? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You even showed me some materials that can wrap around corners that leave you like, okay, that's impressive as hell.
You can wrap a bowling ball.
Yeah. But they don't do it. Even if they have the material, 8 out of 10 cars don't do it.
Well, I didn't do the door jams in the seat, and now you got me thinking. We're gonna
okay, and let's get into that. Why didn't you do it?
Pain the balls.
That's it. That's the key word.
Right there.
7 out of 10 cars won't do it.
And if you're going to enter into a show, the judge is going to be looking for that.
Because in the judge's eyes, I understand. Okay, you spent X amount on a wrap. Why didn't you spend the extra $400 probably? or $500 and get inside the door jams. And at least inside the door panel, it can stop right by the door panel. But I'm not seeing that. You get me now?
Man.
And this is coming back from the white glove. You remember the famous white glove in Hot Import Nights? All day, bro.
Wheel wells.
Yeah. The guys, mother effers, man. And they will get annoyed if they got silicone on the glove because quickly, you know, we're there and we're cleaning shit. And they'll be like, They'll just do sound effects and you just want to choke them out every time. I swear to God, dude. Yeah, white glove test. People laugh. People, even now, the new guys now, when I tell them stories, they look at me like I have 7 heads. White glove test.
They don't do that anymore, right?
Not anymore. The 2-3 judges I do know, they're, again, old schoolers and still in the game, they do it. They do it, and they said, I will never stop doing it. Why? Because they all have their damn wheels dirty. They all have their... You go like that, your hand's coming out black. Then I'm just looking at them with my black hand. I'm just like,
So
in their face,
pack of white gloves.
they do it. Like, well, especially them, the old schoolers do it for the fun and the look on your face. Because you'll sit there, you'll wax the whole car, ceramic coat this, ceramic coat that. Inside the rim, one spoke, black. Black as night.
And they look at you crazy.
And then they just look at you like, and this judge, apparently, his thing is, you miss a spot. That's all he says to you.
I'll show my ass.
So he's, you as the builder, you're just like, are you fucking kidding me? He says, there isn't money in the world that can take away that look of shock that that person gives me when I'm pointing at my finger completely caked in oil. Because they used to do it. You pop your hood. They'll go with a flashlight. Okay, yeah, everything looks good. Everything looks good. And they would just go, and slide the hand up and just go, not bad. They wouldn't kill you over dirt, over dust, better said. Because dust is like it's a common thing. There's nothing you can physically do. But when you had caked up oil or grease, like that annoying ass grease that's hard as hell to take away even from your hand, that's when they'll be like, they'll just do the sound effect. And your balls will hit your throat. You're just like, I lost. That's all you would, I'm fucked. That's all you would think. So imagine coming out of that mentality, which is why even now, the shows I do now, I'm there detailing blue for like 3 hours. Do I need to?
Detailed it at home.
Yes, after I wash, wax, get her ready a day or two before I leave to whatever event. I go, I park, I set up anything I need to set up. I go in and I re-clean the car, re-wipe it down, spray wax it, tire silicone, polish up the wheels, clean the caliper with degreaser.
Back of the spokes.
Back of the spokes. Because again, do we need to do that now? No, man. No, we don't. Even me forcing myself not to do it, I still do it. Watch when you do your first indoor show with me. You'll be like, where's Sonic? He goes, he's still cleaning the truck. I mean, fucking sweat running down my... I swear to God, I'm like underneath the car, just the quick wipe underneath the side skirt. Bro. But again, it's what's been hot wired into us.
You like that too?
To a certain degree.
Because at that time, those years, it was like, yeah, you need to do that to have a better possibility of
to win
winning the show.
Then you'll be like, once you got cool with them, I would always be like, so what am I up against in this one anyway? Because if you haven't a chance to really walk around because you're too busy cleaning the damn car for like 7 hours out of your life again, you don't get a chance to walk around.
Okay.
So it'll be like, you're against that one and that one and then maybe that one. And it's just like on a pedestal, rotating, fully chromed out with like lights on it. Tell me no, bro. People were extra as hell.
And I guess even having that mentality already, like last year, it was the best award that the car has gotten, which was Best Domestic. Getting to ATCO, it was Elite Tuner. Same thing, set up, start, you can start with the body, then the glass, then the wheels, or, whichever order you want, but definitely cover everything.
Everything. And now even why those classes and those awards have more weight to it, not physically, but you know what I mean? Because at that moment, you're going up against everyone that has a domestic, not just your class. So Challengers, Camaros, Chrysler 300s, Ford Focuses, Mustangs.
That's nuts.
So yeah, so the same thing. I'm going back to earlier podcasts. Like if you enter a car show and don't win, don't get discouraged.
Just go harder for the next one.
And same thing. We go back to getting something wild. Like all right, just get something that's gonna wow not just your fans or your friends, the judges, the car show.
Like I said, you have to put yourself in the mentality of how far do you want to take that car? Like, what's not your end game, because
we're never done.
We're never done.
Absolutely not.
But like, do you want to be an extra in a music video? Do you want to make it to just a car parked in the back scene of a commercial of something?
Type deal.
Do you want to get inspired enough that maybe somebody sees the car and goes, you know what? I want that in my booth in SEMA. You got to remember, SEMA to us is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing better. You know what I mean? There's other shows that you can get invited to, and you wear them with pride, like the Java show or the Philly Auto Show or the Detroit Auto Show. Those are heavy hitter names, and saying you're a part of it, yeah, there's weight, and you can pat yourself on the shoulder for it. But I call those like the championship games. Making it to SEMA, it's a different ball game. That's the Super Bowl for the car guy or girl. But, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's why I always laugh, because the mentality that we were coming up with, we were hardwired to do all this stuff, to think different. Like, oh, damn, I got spanked in this show. Then you go up to the guy, like, what show are you going to? He goes, oh, you're going to the same show like 2 weeks from now? You're like, yeah. I'll see you in 2 weeks from now. Yeah, you're already walking back to the car, be like, I'm taking this motherfucker out.
I need bigger wheels.
I need more lights. I need more TVs, or I need more. I need bigger wheels.
More camber.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
You need something, more to be. Yeah.
And okay, now you said camber.
Go for it.
The guy, that one person that created it, the trend, the thing.
I'm just trying to be different.
Thank you.
You said it.
To a certain degree, semi-played out. It has its moments, but it's one of those things. But tell me no that the first time you're seeing that was not a wow factor.
I had to stop what I was doing.
Exactly my point. So that one person, whoever it was, that decided, maybe they saw the Back to the Future movie and they got inspired. Who knows? You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't know. Maybe. But the point is, stand out. And I'm pretty sure that whoever it was, with whatever car it was, spanked left and right anywhere they went. And I'm pretty sure they even got sponsorships, just like nothing.
And also that the 8 or 10 friends he was with, most of them said, oh, you're crazy. That's but look.
That's what usually happens. You have 20 knuckleheads. Out of the 20, maybe 5 are going to be like, yo, do it. Everybody else is going to be like, nah, man, don't do that. It's going to be crazy. No, don't do that. It's not going to work.
Like you with the Vanta Black on the Audi.
No, that's a different thing. That's completely, you're going to get T-boned.
I like that, bro.
Light, we know this. OnlyFans is coming, guys. I promise you the OnlyFans is...
Bat wings all day.
Toe picks for $20.
And you can pick what you want.
There you go. Oh, look at you.
Yeah,
look at you.
Those hairs, man.
Dude, it's bad. It's bad. I had to buzz all my hair off for the wrap this weekend, so I didn't get a haircut under the wrap.
I thought that was your signature. I thought that was your thing.
Yeah, well...
I'm kidding, guys. He doesn't do that. Because there's always going to be that one guy that's going to hit me up and like, really? That's what he does?
Bunny hair?
Oh, wow. You did shave.
Yeah, I had to.
Legs too?
What?
I'm just saying.
I don't feet.
I don't know.
Clown.
I don't know. I thought you were just, in the moment.
No. Maybe for OC.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay. Well, make it easy for me.
There you go.
Slip and slide. Whatever. But not to get too far off track of your OnlyFans, going back to this mentality, it's just a different thing.
I still can't believe you. All right, I know he's a bit of a nut. You do that too?
What, with the cleaning?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, now it shows you.
It's a different, like I said.
As much. But yeah, back then it's like, yeah, you had to just to even have a small chance of, being with the top, with the top cars.
And like I said, even now, and you can vouch for this. Do you go as crazy cleaning in the last shows that no, you don't. I haven't. In the last, I want to say 4, 5, 6 years, have I gotten that nuts of going in 3 hours? No. I still take my good hour and a half. 2 hours will go by like that, and I'm just like, oh man, car's still not done. Sweat. A pound of sweat.
I'm gonna do for my first show. I'm gonna have a buddy of mine detail the motor, detail the interior.
That's all fine and dandy.
And when I get there, I'm gonna wipe it down. McGuire's.
Yeah, I mean that's
what we do.
That's what we do. But what happens is you're feeding off of what we've gone through. So you're picking up cues, and like I said, you're building your own recipe now.
Okay.
So once your car is officially in a show, are you going to go as crazy as us? No.
Absolutely not.
No, you're not.
Because I'm not a nutcase.
Not yet, anyway. Not yet, anyway. But are you going to spend a good hour? Hour and 10? What? I'll tell you a different story. Your first show, you're excited. The car looks exactly the way you want, and you want to make sure you leave an imprint. Homeboy, you're going to be cleaning for an hour, hour and a half, and I will bet money right now. Go ahead, I'll wait.
90 minutes? I'll take that bet.
Okay. I say an hour 15, hour 20 at most.
Loser take shots.
That's fine. With or without pants?
Pants, please.
Okay.
Because you're going to be drunk as hell.
I mean, whatever.
With the white glove or no way?
Gotta check the crevices. Make sure everything's clean.
No. Less than
fine. We shake on it.
Loser takes 6 shots.
That's fine. That's done. Just make sure the shots are at home because I would like to drive my car home.
No, we're gonna have a hotel anyway.
Oh, you're right. That's fine. Oh man, I feel bad for the girls.
I feel bad for Amanda.
I so feel bad for them. Sorry, babe.
Because he didn't say what liquor, so that means I got to pick the liquor. Hennessy.
Whatever.
Tequila.
No, God no. I hate fucking tequila. But anyway.
But
like I said, you in that moment, your first car, it's looking the way you want
90 minutes.
You excited? Homeboy, you're going to be cleaning that car. You're going to be and we're going to be
we're talking about.
Let's say, well, we always have in our head for OC because that's become the favorite show of the team for, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. And it's an indoor show because sadly, there just isn't many anymore around us in our neck of the woods. And the few that are around are garbage. It's one of those things. But that's a topic for another day. OC just happens to be, for like the past 10 years we've been going with them to their show. And they have seen us grow. We came in as the outcasts from New Jersey.
Okay.
When like their top crew there, something Mafia, they're nothing but like 300s and Challengers. They're like a Dodge crew, but they were swapping front ends. So let's say, for example, you had a 300C and I had a Challenger, and we will swap front ends.
Those don't fit, but okay.
Say what?
They made it fit?
Oh, boy. Bro, they were winning best of shows. Because on top of that, it was the custom paint. And it was the custom airbags. And it was the custom wheels. And I'm not talking about... When I say custom wheels, granted, every wheel is aftermarket, so technically they're custom. No. These were like... I like that design, but I want them bigger. And they'll pay extra to get them bigger.
That's your 3-piece wheel with the step-up barrel, step-up lip. That's been...
Solid.
Wow, okay.
You got to remember, in that aspect, price-wise, a 3-piece is cheaper.
Impossible.
To get a fully machined rim out of a block of aluminum you have to buy, because now I have to take my time out and make that design bigger for what I don't even sell it for. I'll wait.
Stop. For real?
Yeah, these guys rolled. And that crew, you can kill me now. I don't remember the name, but if I do, I swear to God, I'll post it on the show site. That they came in hard. Like, you would see them roll in 15, 20 cars deep, and you're just like, holy crap. Not one is missing something. And this was like 10 years ago. And when we came, we heard of the show. We thought it was cool, and only 4 of us went to check it out. And we parked outside. You know, but we were the outcasts from New Jersey. And the show owner was like, yo, man, Jersey goes hard. I'm impressed with those cars. I was like, oh, thank you, sir. Young, you're fun. Thank you, man. Souped as hell. The show owner's giving you props for your cars. He goes, you come back next year. Come with more. I was like, I promise. All right, next year we came with 8. And the following year we did 12. And then we did 15. And then we did 20. We got up to like 22, 23 cars in that span.
All maxed out.
Of all done cars. And getting them ready for OC. So it became one of those things that OC became like...
Our championships.
Like our championship game type deal from like high school type shit. And also like / vacation. Because we would leave like a day early to, not be rushing on the drive down. Set up in the hotel, chill, hang out. The following day, bring the car into the show. Spend the whole day setting up, cleaning, blah, blah, blah. Saturday and Sunday show. Sunday head back to the hotel Sunday night. And then Monday check out and you're rolling back. Weekend. That's what it was.
You got me thinking now.
That's why when we say like now, what we're aiming for, technically we always aim for OC. That is our mental thought of what we need to be ready by, which just happens always around June or whatever. Okay. But, now it's all up in the air, obviously, because of the whole COVID thing. So we can only hope that at least if the world opens up, they do the show. But if they do, oh man, I can't wait. I love that damn show.
Maybe I'll get to finally meet Deshaun.
Yes, finally. You could probably meet half the knuckleheads, which I'm sure by middle of spring you'll probably meet the rest of the guys because the rest of them are already chatting on a meetup or photo shoot or barbecue or something. So.
Okay.
It's just with the whole Rona thing,
It's kind of rough.
It is rough. It is rough at the end of the day. I think if there's one scene or one hobby, it has affected more than anything. I think it's been the car community, in my personal opinion.
Listen, if Eddie can put his car on pause for 10 years, so can you guys for a year.
Yeah, true. That's a very awesome example, actually. Take a shot. But, what I mean? It's one of those things. That's why we're hoping, fingers crossed. And when you're telling me, like, what's a good time frame, I was like, you got 2 months. Because if it doesn't happen, we at least have the whole summer to enjoy shots, whatever. And at least start doing whatever shows we can to at least start, getting your feet wet.
Okay. I'm not so terrified anymore.
To, work yourself up from it. Another show that hopefully we can do is Hot Import Nights in Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Which, sadly, that is the only Hot Import Night show they do around here. Sadly.
And that's...
HIN, please come back.
Indoors with the lights and all that stuff.
Yes.
Dim down a little bit.
I mean, back in the day they used to. Do they do it now?
I hope so.
I hope so.
I got some ideas.
I mean, back then.
I have videos of that too. I go straight.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was just about to say, I'm like, you have to have videos. Dude, club scene isn't even the word.
Club scene with cars.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh no, and the girls dancing everywhere. That's
DJ in the middle of the stage, lights.
Pepsi was sponsoring and give everybody free Pepsis. And Valvoline. You remember Valvoline? Valvoline for 4 or 5 years. With Hot Import Nights, they had the contract together. They would go around and ask you, what oil do you use? If you happen to say Valvoline.
The oil.
Yes, the oil. What the? How do you think I'm looking?
I'm thinking girls walking around greased up.
Wow, that's where your head is. That's where your head is.
What's?
Kate, you heard it here, Kate.
It's like petroleum jelly.
He just took it to a whole nother level right now.
Let me back up.
Eddie, hide the gloves. Eddie, hide the
Valvoline.
gloves. Motor oil, boo. Motor oil.
Okay.
We're talking about motor oil.
Clearly, we're old schools.
Clearly, we're old school.
So
Clearly.
if you said yes that you had the shit,
So the guy will come up to you and be like, so, what motor oil are you using, sir? And you happen to say, Valvoline. Be like, oh, no kidding. Hold on. They would go, give you a paper. As long as the car met, like, what they liked.
their standards.
And they will sponsor you.
What does that mean? Free oil change?
I didn't pay for one oil change for like fucking 3-4 years with Valvoline. I even have a shirt that still says Captain on it. And Team Sin Power. That used to be their thing. Sin Power Valvoline. Custom business cards. The whole 9 yards. But, back then, what you aimed for was that. And then when they will have a booth,
I'm thinking Vaseline.
that's what you're thinking of? Jesus
Vaseline.
Christ,
That's
man.
what it
Our
was.
accent.
It has to be the Cuban accent. I'm sorry, bro. But that's what they would do back in the day. Is to get free motor oil and like not the normal, no, synthetic. You're getting free synthetic. I'll let that sink in. A shirt, a button down, blue and black stitched button down. I still have mine in my closet. Every now and then I just take it out. I'm like, the good times. I say Team Sin Power in the back, Captain, blah, blah, blah. Your own business cards, which I still even have a pack. That I never even gave out. I just kept them because
But they don't do that nowadays.
they're momentums that, you had fun with. And you're like, you can look back and be like,
Nice,
shit,
yeah.
I made it to that. I did that type of deal. No, they don't do that now. You kidding me? I wish.
You think Liquid Molly would fucking sponsor me?
I think right now, if I'm not mistaken, Royal Purple or whatever it is,
Royal Purple's a big thing.
is a
Especially
big
muscle
thing.
cars.
Yeah, for muscle cars, and it's become like the brand some of the shows are like dealing with right now. It's no much like Valvoline anymore. Why whatever beats the crap out of me, but like I said back then, was it easy to get sponsored? No, it wasn't easy. You had to work for it, but the avenues would be a lot more open to get it, to get something. That's why, the last episode I was like, if they're charging you for it, do not pay for anything. You remember those booths? Okay, yeah, give us $100 and we'll get you sponsored. And here, cute air freshener.
Yeah, that was it.
And that was it.
Freshener. Congratulations. You
Yeah,
played yourself.
congratulations. And that was it. And those booths were used to be in the hot import night shows. And it was one of those things. Magazines would be up and down that place. S3 magazine. What was the other one? Super Street. Super Street had a booth there in every single hot import night show. And if you won, let's say best Honda, whatever, they'll come up to you and be like, yo, you doing the next hot import night show in such and such place? Oh, yeah, I'm going. Oh, it goes, all right, I want you in my booth.
Wow.
Like that.
And then, guess what? Congratulations, you just made it in their magazine.
But that's why they chose good quality cars, because of that.
Now you get it?
Yeah, no, it all makes sense now.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things. They would pick the cars that obviously met their criteria, or what their vibe was, or what they were trying to attract. But they would be picking cars. They say that with a very heavy asterisk on it. So like I said, while it wasn't easy to get something, you had to work your ass off. But like I said, the avenues were open. And people were just up and down the aisles, walking and looking. I don't know if you got a chance to do a 100 Night show where did the street glow competition.
No, I did one. I think it might have been Edison Convention Center.
Okay, do you remember that they shut off all the lights
Yeah.
in the convention center? Like pitch black. All you saw was a light show of just cars with their strobe lights, their neons, and they would tell you, if you have it and it lights up, switch it on. And just walk away from your car. And just random people would be walking up and down the aisles, but you didn't even know who the judge was.
That's really cool.
It would just be hidden. They wouldn't even announce it until like later on, once like the awards were like, oh, by the way, the Underglow challenge, third, second, and first place or whatever it was.
I want to get back to that.
that always go back to that same thing. I can only hope we slowly get back to that. I mean, do the cars need to be as crazy? No, it's understandable. This is a fucking pricey ass hobby.
Collect Pokemon cards.
Yeah, no, granted, there's people that complain about it. You know, you're in the wrong hobby then. End of the day. But that level of attracting the most heaviest cars and put them all together in one freaking roof, you know, under one roof. Battle it out for mods. Having the top magazines show up again. Making that, you know, feasible again is what I want to see. Which slowly you just don't see that anymore. You just don't. Even down to like the OC show, because I love that show to death. And they attract magazines. But it's like the local stuff. See, it would be cool, you know, Paz Mag, Super Street. What's that other one? Tuner or something. I forgot the name of the damn magazine, but whatever. I know there's another one around there, but I just don't remember the name of it. You know, all that, you know, would be there walking around and just come up to you and be like, hey, man. Just literally be like, they just got interested in your Z. Be like, yo, can you tell me a little bit about the car? And by you telling your story, if you like the vibe, they'll be like, have you ever been in a magazine? That's the only thing that will tell you. No, I never got a chance. It was all right.
You want?
Here's your business. Here's my business card. Let's set something up. I want to know more about this car. This car's dope. And that was it. You were making a page or half a page or something. But dude, you know how many times they would tell me like, oh, my car will show up in a little square. You know, they'll do the whole like recap of a show in a magazine or whatever. You know how happy I would be when I would see like the front end, like the corner of my headlight. I was like, bro, that's me. That's me right there. That's my headlight. That's my headlight on blue. It's you know what I mean? It's the point. Where do you want to go and how far do you want to make it? You see, this is what I love about, end of the day, this podcast is that even though we've had different topics and different subjects, you know, and everything else in between, it all keeps circling back to the same concept every single time. And this is now from another OG. Because when people ask me, like, I have two OGs left. My own ass and Eddie.
True.
Because the new gen now is the new gen now. They're you know, it's a different thing. It's a different world.
Even at that, like, it's nice now that I brought the car. Like, I was in one of the Pass Mag competitions.
Oh, that's right. Tuner Battlegrounds. Yeah, that's right.
So it's nice, to get the car noticed, to expose it to the world. You know, I got a couple followers from Romania, Ukraine, a special one from Australia.
There you go.
If you're listening.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Isn't that the one that drew the car?
Yes.
And yeah, that's right. There we go. He hand drew the Ford Probe, and I actually posted on the Team C4 IG page. And that's a fan from Australia.
I remember that. It's in my head.
Yeah.
From Australia.
How far did you get in Battlegrounds anyway?
I think the second round.
And that's good because most people don't even make it to the first.
Yeah.
Telling me shit.
He's got a blue Ford Probe, so it's nice to see another car.
A comrade.
Literally on
the opposite side of the world. Yeah, that's. I mean,
is it like yours?
Yeah. Except that the steering wheel's on
it's literally a right-hand drive probe,
Yeah.
which is dope in itself. But still, it's one of those things. End of the day, the car's a legend because, let's be for real, how many Ford Probes do you see even on the road? Forget Eddie's. How many do you physically see on the road?
The only other one I know of right now is in Patterson, and it's white, and it's going to shit rusting.
There you go. So now, you know, you see Eddie's, you're just like, what the hell?
Exactly that.
And like, his car is what I consider Hot Wheels.
Yeah. If they made the Hot Wheels,
Yeah.
you'd have to
And
buy
I'll tell you even a funnier one. Hot Wheels used to do the thing with Hot Import Nights. Before Hot Wheels became what Hot Wheels is now, running their own shows type deal, they were hooked up with Hot Import Nights and travel up and down the East Coast and the West Coast and travel everywhere with them. You won, let's say, for example, one whole show tour. That's maybe, 10, 11, 12 shows. And you won them all? You are a Hot Wheel, my friend.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
How cool is that? Well, like, what more mentality in your head do you like? No, I'm going balls deep on this car now. If I can have my own toy, we're grown ass men. You know what I mean? But look at
That's the
Mentality.
the mentality. You mean what? Wait, time out. I can go to like Walmart and like see my car in the
On the rack,
what?
buying a dozen.
And I got actually one of my friends, Johnny, with a Firebird. He made it to be in Hot Wheels. And he did I forgot what tour it is. They started in New York, travel down to Florida, and go to Texas, driving. Like a fleet of cars.
Okay.
Okay? And it's insane because the cars need to be on point mechanically
To make that voyage.
to survive New York all the way down to Florida and shoot across. Or start in New York and end in Georgia. You know, it's one of those things. And even back then, Super Street used to do that. I don't know if you remember that back in the day. They used to do that like that crate for Nopi Nationals.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I might still have some folder on
You still, yeah, there we go. Nopi Nationals. Bro, to you to get into Nopi Nationals, they would even think twice on our own cars to get
Really?
into Nopi Nationals.
Just so you can have an idea of.
And they were so organized that they would start in the pier in New York. All the top cars. Every single dream custom car you can ever think of would show up there. State trooper escorted, state to state, while they're cruising down. And they would take the shots. This is again, you know, no smartphones. They're literally the big ass cameras with the filming on it. But they would take the shot of the turnpike. Bro, it was nothing but a sea of custom cars. All going down to Georgia for Nopi Nationals.
Nopi National.
Nopi National. They're still around. They just don't do anything up here anymore. You know, times change, budgets change, and everything else. And, you know, they start, you know, reaching less and less and less until they stay semi-local. The last Nopi Nationals we did as a team was when they actually did it in Englishtown. Which that same weekend, there was a hurricane. And they canceled the show in the middle of it. And we all had to hide and pack our stuff quick and throw them in the car and everything. But if you were to go back, I'm pretty sure there's old archives. There has to be old archives on the internet for like Nopi Nationals. Like I forgot what the name of it was. Rally Drive or it has some wild name. And like they would pick up news guys to take articles and pictures of the cars and send them back to the magazine. So you see yourself driving through a state or stopped at a diner. And it was all police escorted. State to state to state. Until you got to Georgia in some big ass airplane field that was abandoned. In the hangars would be your car show. Bro.
That's cool.
Will we ever get back to that? Chances are probably not.
I'm pretty sure we went out Teterboro.
Yeah, Teterboro. Which would be cool, don't get me wrong. And it's less of a drive. You know how much tape I would put on my car if I had to drive to... I'll be like that damn Enterprise commercial. The whole car's wrapped, just nothing but the windshield's showing. Doors, fuck everything else. Yeah, that would be blue. just to give you an idea. But imagine coming from that.
Okay, I get it.
Which is why, like I said, we go now and we see the shows. Yeah, they're nice. They're cute. They're cool. But we just have that mentality because we were there. We saw it.
The mentality, the
You know what it is?
yeah.
We know what the car scene can be. With all the BS thrown on the side. Like the meets. Yeah, meets are cool. Meets don't help us. And now this is talking real. This is talking now as a car lover, as a car show enthusiast, as somebody that likes to compete and build. Car meets are cool. You know what car meets used to be called back in the day? Cruise nights. Tell me no.
And even at that, right.
And it was respectful.
Yeah, if you go to a meet, your car's not gonna get sponsored there. Your car's you need something. You're gonna build a car. You're not gonna want to go to a meet and potentially have something happen to it.
And don't get me wrong, we're gonna get what the hell am I gonna pay money for if I get the same exposure by going to a meet and showing up on the gram? Yeah, I get it. That's true. Yeah, I'm not saying no. But the same exposure you're getting is the same exposure the other one's getting by T-boning a lady and making her fly across the street.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, but you know what?
That poor car.
Wow, that's where you went. Okay. But, you know what I mean? My point is, now this is just talking straight real. Car meets are fun. Car meets are cool. I get it. The itch, I've always called it the itch in between a show. That you just really want to go hang out with your car, take some pictures, hang out with your crew or your friends or just a general group and have some fun. But we were respectful. We didn't make crazy freaking burnouts. We didn't slide them anywhere. We definitely didn't slide them into people. Or definitely didn't slide them into poles or oncoming cars.
And such. Which I would love to hear your car do eventually.
He's
that
like,
wasn't a thing back then?
And that thing wasn't even a thing back then.
No, I want to hear the Talon do one.
That's a different. I'm pretty sure it's gonna sound like an AK-47, but but even back then, like I said, that two-step, got two-step, and even going back even further, that one person that created that, why did they do it?
Be different, and it was an Acura Integra.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what car it was. If you say it's an Integra or whatever, but that's my point. That one person that thought outside the box, out of everyone else in the car community, and started a trend. Now, Brapples are every day. I hear Brapples every day like I change my underwear and I take a shower. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, no, Hudson County.
it's just Brapples up and down. Like it's nice weather when you're already hearing Brapples at like 8:30 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning type deal. I'm like, it's gonna be a good day. It's become all those things. It's the rooster. That's what I consider my rooster in the morning.
Yeah.
But again, that one person that created that
wanted to stand out from the crowd and be different.
Wanted to be different.
Okay.
It just happens to be they created a completely different world out of it that spinners didn't do or Lambo doors didn't do. You get it now?
Yeah, no. I fully, wholeheartedly get it.
And like I said, talking real, they're fun to watch on IG, on the reels. They're fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. I sit there and I watch half the meets and all the clusterfuck that happens. Does it help the car community in any type of way, shape, or form?
No.
No.
Yeah. Got it.
All it does is give us a bad name. And when I say us, I mean the car community that builds their cars.
You got really off topic.
Yeah, no, completely. But it goes back to the same thing. It goes all back to the same thing. It all comes back to the same recipe. That one person that takes it to be different. Same thing happens. Who created a car meet? Who's that one guy that decided to just...
Somebody without a family who didn't love him.
Wow. Holy crap. I was not expecting that one.
A shot or a bottle.
Gee. We're sorry for so many drunk listeners right now, but no, it goes back to the same thing. Who's that one person that did it? Why?
Different.
To be different. Wait, you want to charge me to go to a show? Ah, no, espérate. Hold on. I'll think of something real quick. Just go to the lot right there and we can all just park and hang out and do the same thing for free.
Okay.
You see it now?
Yep.
Now, like I said, the differences comes down to you. End of the day, and you and me and everybody else. You want to stay in that? Stay in that. If you want to build your car and make it to something with it, and not even money back. Let's be for real. We never get our money back.
Just to get noticed, be in a magazine article, be, like I said, the main goal, to be in SEMA.
Yeah. And even if you don't get lucky enough to be in the SEMA realm, but getting a single photo of your car in a national branded magazine.
That's a win.
That's a win, bro, in my book. And that's still in the sense of, damn, they picked my photo over how many others?
But I'm sure Eddie gets things like that all day long, every day.
No.
I
Well,
mean,
not happening yet, but that's the goal.
And you know what it is? He stopped halfway. Because, life happened. That's it. Guaranteed. The world opens back up. Events happening again. It's a different outcome for that car. Is to make it to not many cars make it to the second round of tuner battlegrounds.
so you were watching a movie and you hit pause on a movie. That's basically that.
Kind of feels like, yeah. Look at
He's like, yeah, when you think about it.
It's like, wow.
Yeah. You just hit play again.
Which I was kind of worried, like, back in towards the end of 2018, I was like, all right, I'm going to, life happened, whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to bring this car back out. I was like, wow, what's the...
What am I getting myself into now?
What
so many years later.
Changed. And
That's right, yeah, because when you got back in...
The first show was 2019 Street Wars.
You know how I found him again?
He busted your ass in the audio competition.
What?
He fucked your shit up.
No, you're going to laugh. I never got rid of his number. And you know how Instagram, you can upload your contacts and it'll give you a pop-up?
Yeah.
I got a pop-up on my damn phone one day. I was like, wait, what? Eddie? I mean, I think Instagram gave you like the longest goddamn username in the world. That thing was like, you can wrap around the building of how long the username was. I couldn't even remember. I think it started with a K. I think that was
that's my personal one, which is,
right, but you had pictures of the car on that one. You started with that one. Because he was just getting into like the whole IG thing, posting the car up and stuff like that. Catching traction with it. I'll never forget. I was like, oh my God. But he played me. I was like, wait, are these like throwback Thursday pictures? Does he still have the damn car? Because, not to get too off of it, I've had old OG members that have sold the car and they've appeared in like opposite side of the U.S. That's how we even grabbed members in Washington State. A car landed in a used dealership. Nobody bought it, and they just kept on selling it to other used dealerships until it landed in West Bumblefuck up by Washington State. And some girl happened to buy it. Saw the logo still on it, and did a Google search. Found the Twitter, and messaged me. Hey, can I be on your team?
I mean, I already got a banner.
I was like, yeah, here's the link of the application. But then she was like, no, you don't understand. I think I have one of your cars. I go, huh? Show me.
Wow.
Picture of an Eclipse with the most faded OG classic C4 logo on the corner of the windshield that you can ever imagine. No, not going to happen.
I'll rip off my banner, and I won't fucking sport a banner.
And I swear to you, I will personally waste money on the biggest billboard of your OnlyFans link.
I'm not worried about that.
And that's how it happened. I was like, oh, I mean, okay. I mean, where'd you even find this car? She was like, oh, I bought it in a used lot. Nobody wanted it. I only paid like $1,500 for it.
No.
Insane.
Lucky.
Insane and lucky. And literally traveled from New Jersey to Washington State.
Does she have a gram for it?
Yeah, she is in the gram. She even follows us on the Team IG.
I need that gram.
I'll show you the page after the show so you can check out the car. But, it's just one of those things. And you got lucky.
Yeah,
we've gotten lucky.
Life happened, I was still able to, keep the car, and here we are.
The Phoenix.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said.
Eddie Phoenix. I like the way that sounds.
Get the other one. Give me nicknames already. Watch that car. I know I'm telling you. That car's going to be something.
Hopefully.
You know what it is?
It needs just the exposure. That's all it fucking needs.
That's all a car needs. It's all a car needs.
Well, little by little.
I mean, little by little, bro, that car's been winning.
Come June, July, you'll be ready for something else.
There you go.
I'm just happy he's American, not Japanese.
Hey, well, the car is, I would say, like 60,
it's like
40,
a mutt,
70, 30.
right? It's like a mutt. Yeah, it's kind of like a mutt. But, I don't know. What do you think?
I think this upcoming season should be a good season for us, pending you stop being a bitch and you let us out. No,
If I don't take care of you Mongols,
Yeah.
nobody else will.
I'm hoping that you get out more and you say, you know what, yeah, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that.
I'm hoping for the world to open up.
I know.
You know, it's one of those things.
I know everybody relies on you.
Yeah, you know,
I know that.
it's a pain in the butt sometimes too, but you know, it is what it is, and you take it as it comes.
It's a beautiful thing, in fact. But we need to get out more. We need to get publicized better. And I think I can kind of ride Eddie's coattail a little bit as far as, oh, he's got a C4 band. So does he! I think I can do that a little bit too and play that up.
Don't worry. Once your Z is done the way you want it,
The picture we both have.
yeah, it's one of those things you're gonna slowly, like I said, not have 100% of our mentality, but a good 20-30% you are definitely gonna have. Let time tell us different.
90 minutes. Remember we did this here?
It's gonna be over 90 minutes. I know what I'm telling you.
I'm not even going to clean the fucking thing. Say, all right, I'm done.
Yeah,
Sonic.
yeah, right. When we're
Here's
not
the
looking, you're gonna come back and wipe the car down just to be
Not even.
safe, just to be
Tomorrow's
safe.
gonna see it as it rolls in. Say, all right, go park with us.
But, you know, going back to you guys, if you're an old schooler, I'm talking about early 2000s, Jesus Christ, the first Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah.
When there was actually a movie about, you know, custom cars and shows and whatnot. What is the most impactful thing you guys remember from the old shows? You know what I mean? Like, we keep on talking about HIN and, like, you know, Valvoline,
And we're not
the
talking
motor
about Brian's
oil.
Floorboard dropping through the floor. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about his computer reading override. No. We're talking about what car that stood out the most, what color combo, what LED kit on what car.
Yeah. Like, what was your favorite car? The one that left the biggest impression?
And don't give us the Supra and don't give us the fucking Charger. Don't, those are
That
your
doesn't
cars.
count. That doesn't even count from the movie.
Yeah.
But, like, if you were, you know, as a little kid maybe going to the shows with your dad or, you know, your older brother or whatever it was, there has to be a car that stood out to you. There's a car that either got you into the hobby from that time, that left an imprint, and now you have your own car. You know, send pictures of that. It'd be awesome to see what you inspired. You know, what was your thing from back then that got you into it now? So I like to see that on drop a picture on the IG page.
What you were able to materialize out
Yeah.
of your own inspiration.
From your own inspiration, or from an old car show or an old picture or something. It'll be fun to see.
Let us know.
So, you know, drop it. Eddie, many thanks to being our first official guest on the
Thank you for having
podcast.
me. Thank you, guys.
So it was definitely fun. We plan to have a few more awesome guests come through the lineup. And Mr. Snuff, anything you want to add?
For today, I'm not going to be screaming peace into the microphone. I'm going to have Eddie do the exit.
Oh, what do you think of that? Well, as always, my friends, you can check out the show, c4lifestyle.show, on the IG, C4 Lifestyle Media. And keep it custom, my friends, because life's way too short to stay stock.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, and stay tuned for more episodes.
Later.